It's 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You The horizon pulls me closer, a whisper in the wind. The map is blank before me, where do I begin? No fear of what's uncertain, the unknown feels like home. With every step I'm finding a place I've never known. Let's go where no one has ever been, a world unseen beneath our skin. Through endless skies, we'll break the chain. Uncharted lands will claim them all. Rise like tides and let it fall. Just endless sea. Come drift with me. Come drift with me. Through endless skies, we'll break the chain. Uncharted lands will claim them all. Rise like tides and let it fall. Just endless seas. Come drift with me. Come drift with me. Oh, come drift with me. Oh, and come drift with me. Come drift with me. And come drift with me. Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night live streams. Good to see you all. So good to see you all. And I just realized something. My microphone's pretty loud. There we go. Friends, it's so good to see you. What is going on? We've got a good one tonight. We always have a good one going on tonight, right, Vaughn? Let's give it up to everybody that's here in chat, in the stream. Welcome, Practice. Good to see Practice is in the house. Practice, welcome to the live stream. We've got Bats in the house. Give it up to Bats and Practice. Maple, how's it going, Maple? Maple says, hey. Bat says, let's rock. Evo, it's good to see you. Everybody give it up to Evo. It's good to see you, Evo. Evo Eagle Sky says hello. CP65, you got some family in tonight, huh? Family in town? That's all right, man. Hey, as long as you stop in here and there or say hello like you just did, we appreciate it. Says that means I may not be here for all the stream. That's okay, CP. Don't expect you to be here for the whole thing. Only 99.9% is what I'm saying, friend. Good to see you, CP. Enjoy your family, my friend. Family first. That's what they say. TJ Turner's in the house. TJ says, hello, everyone. Hello, TJ. How's it going? Tombstone Kid. 68. Says, WingFlex overhead panel is pre-ordered. Awesome. Well, we can see what the differences are. Well, I don't have mine yet, but they're supposed to be sending it our way, Tombstone. They're supposed to be sending it our way, WingFlex. So, welcome to the live stream. Everybody say hello to Tombstone Kid. I always wonder how you guys get your names. I'm always curious about that. Good to see you, Tombstone. Daniel Stewart's in the house, friends. Daniel, give it up to Daniel, along with cool videos from a cool guy. How's it going, cool videos? Good to see you. We've also got Marion Harris, a.k.a. a Chippa Sneeze, is in here, friends. Let's give it up to Chippa. And along with Nate's Flight Simulator, Nate is in the house. Nate, it's good to see you. And Mr. Holder 3 says, I just got mine in the mail today, but I can't get it working. Hopefully watching you get it set up will help me learn what I'm doing wrong. You got the Rowsfire, huh? Well, I'll give you some pointers there, Mr. Holder. Hopefully help you out. Maybe you can help me out. I always need the help, you know what I mean? Right, Snowy? Snowy ends. Good to see you. Says, heck, forgot it. You're streaming. Yes, sir, we are streaming. Wednesday and Saturday nights mainly, my friend. At 7:30 CDT. Soon we're going to be falling behind again. Who's all in favor of losing the daylight savings time for those that it impacts? I'm a big fan of getting rid of that. Good to see you, Snowy, Daniel Stewart, Vaughn Williams again. Vaughn, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you, my friend. We got Vaughn in the house. We also have Chris Patton says good evening from Texas. Good evening, and TNT Simulate. TNT, we definitely got to do another ATS stream, man. God, that was fun. And Captain Kickass, I love it. Captain Kickass in the house, friends. Good to see you, Captain Kick My Ass. I just added the MY there, of course. Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining the stream tonight. And it's good to see you all. And everybody, welcome to the live stream. I am SimFanatic, your host for tonight's stream, and I welcome you all with open arms, my friends. Good to see you. And I'm wearing the A320 t-shirt tonight. You know, I thought it was appropriate, an appropriate shirt since we're going to be flying the Fenix A320. Now, before we get into who all is in here in the stream, and thank you, Daniel, I do have LRM loaded. Let me just double check, make sure it still is. And it is loaded. It's loaded and ready, buddy. It's a loaded and ready. Thank you, Daniel. We are ready to go with everything, I think. At least most of everything. I'll turn the music down here a little bit. But for tonight's stream, before we get into those of you, and I see several of you in here, along with you in 9/11. I see you over there beyond my window over there. I see ya. And the rest of you. We'll get into all of everybody that is in here. In 2024, we are flying in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We've done away with 2020. I saw an actual question in our Discord server. Somebody drop in an exclamation Discord. Check out Discord if you haven't already. There was a question about, do I get 2020 or 2024? And I can't remember Who asked that? Bats, maybe you can remember. Captain Howdy in the house. Welcome, Captain Howdy. He finally, speaking of 2024, speaking of the devil, Captain Howdy just finally made the plunge at 2024. So we've kind of said, all right, we're done with 2020. I don't know. PMDG 737, that's the only reason to use 2020, and I don't even know. For me, it's not enough reason. There is an update from PMDG that was just recently thrown out there, and you probably have seen it. They're still working on the 737 NG line. It's taking them so long. Anyway, but we are in 2024 now and forever. Well, until they get 2026 and 2028, and it just keeps coming, hopefully. But yeah, and so anyway, I recommend 2024. If you're asking, if you're wondering, 2020 or 2024, Sympathetic 2024, friends. But yes, tonight for Wednesday's night stream, we are debuting the brand new Rowsfire, friends. In fact, here it is. So, yeah, we're going to be checking that out, and we'll see if we can't have everything work without a big shit show like the last time when we had Jeff Fabiano. Did you all see that? Jeff Fabiano dropping in, you know, those gifted memberships, and definitely appreciate Jeff in doing that. That was so nice of him to do. And so, my timer keeps going off. Yeah, he came to the stream, watched the stream for the first time, and gifted 10 memberships, and then saw me crash. And hey, I wasn't the only one to crash this week. How many of you saw Mr. Oss Maple? I know you did because you clipped him. Mr. Oss Flight Simmer, mate. He crashed, and actually, I'm going to grab his video, my video, and combine them, and do a little funny video of that. But so watch for that. But it was kind of funny to watch that. And CP, you saw it. Oliver Garrett in the house. Oliver, welcome to the live stream. Welcome, my friend. That guy! Yeah, he didn't have his gear. His gear was up. That was hysterical. He picked the wrong runway, and then he left his landing gear up. Of course, at least he didn't stall it like I did last time. I thought my throttles were full, and I did a go-around, pulled my flaps up. Throttles were still in auto throttle mode. Guess what happened? Stall. And oh, my friends, did we ever stall right into the freaking ground. So, yeah, that was your Sim CFI in the house. Everybody give it up to yours. You were there, CFI. You were there. You saw it. You saw the shit show. Hey, you know what? It makes for a good entertainment, if nothing else, right? Right? CFI and the rest of you, even you, Maple. That was a terrible go-around. I'll teach you if you need. I might need it, Maple. But here, friends, tonight we are going to be checking out the Rowsfire A107. Now, this is version 2. And I got an email today that said, from Rowsfire sales department, said, oh, we got the V3 out. We improved some of the features and the hardware. And I'm like, now they tell me, after they already sent me the V2. But that's okay. We'll check out the V2 and just consider maybe the V3 is going to be better. I don't know. Maybe about the same. They say improvements. I got to believe it. So, but anyway, we're going to be checking out the V2 version, and we'll be putting it through its paces. And we did check out the A106. How many of you saw the A106 stream? I know several of you were here for that. This is bigger. This is still considered the light version. It's not like the full overhead A320 WINWING panel, which, WINWING. Not the full panel for the A320 like WingFlex. And WingFlex's isn't even 100%. It's about an 80% ratio. This, I don't know what the ratio is, but I did measure it. I think it's if I remember right, I have an unboxing video I got to post, but I think it's 18 inches by 12 inches. And it's just over 2 pounds for those of you that are wondering. 80% Tombstone Kid says, yes, my friend, 80%. CFI says, yes, I was there. Glad you got to see me do that. What does the 107 cost? Great question. We'll get into that, Captain Howdy, in just a moment. But yeah, so we're going to be talking about a little bit of the differences of the 106 and the 107. I don't have the WingFlex one yet. Again, once we get that, we'll do a comparison video of that. And I'm sure Rowsfire has the big full set, and we'll see about getting that and see if we can't demo that as well. But anyway, we also tonight, friends, we will be also sporting, of course. Let me get my cameras ready and go. We've got the full EFIS from WinWing, our friends at WinWing. Of course, this is the EFIS left and right, and we got the FCU, so we're going to use that again. And these do work together. The A107 does require. How many of you have the MobiFlight software? That is the connector for the A107 and A106. Kind of like to see Rowsfire had their own, but that's all right. They have the Moby Flight. It's a little wonky. There's some things to do, and I think who was it that said they were having a problem getting it set up and working? There's some key things that I can point you in the right direction, and hopefully get you going, buddy. Because there are a few tricks that you have to do to make sure it works. It's not quite as easy. It's not hard. I don't want to make it sound like it's hard, but it's not quite as easy as like the WinWing with the SimApp Pro and the WingFlex with their bridge software, but we'll get into that. Did you buy the A350 yet? Maple Leaf, I have not. I have not bought that yet. And I know I probably owe that to Captain Howdy and y'all. For the 350. Springbox Simmer says, good day. Did it come with the holes for a monitor stand? Yes, the 100 millimeter by 100 millimeter VESA. It does have that on the back end. And actually, they sent me a nifty stand with it, too, which I thought was pretty nifty. Okay, that was bad. But no, they have the stand, kind of like WingFlex. I was demoing their MCDU a few weeks ago, and it has the full metal stand with some rubber. I'll show that in a little bit, but you can see it's propped up here. Unlike the A106, which came with no mounting hardware whatsoever, no stands, nothing, no brackets, nothing. This one did come with a stand. Now, it was attached to the outside of the box in the packaging, so I don't know if that was if that's a standard thing it comes with it, or if they actually include that. I need to check on that. TJ Turner says, Maple Leaf, he won't until WinWing supports it. Oh boy, here we go. But anyway, so we are checking out the full WinWing setup as well. So not only do we have that, but of course, we've got the Orion with the damper kit. You can see there, the Orion pedals. I'm still trying to get their Airbus pedals so I can get, I even told WinWing, I'm like, Max, I'll send you these back. Not that they're bad, they're great pedals, but I want the actual Airbus looking pedals, and they do have that. And I haven't been able to score those yet, but we'll see if we can't get that to a demo. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same thing, but just the different pedals for the Airbus. It's going to have the same mechanisms and motion and things like that, I suspect. But we'll see if I'll take those. CP says. Well, we'll see if they make me return them. Otherwise, they could make for a nifty giveaway, couldn't they? I'd have to do something really special for that, right? If we're going to give those away. Bruin the Great! Bruin, how's it going, Bruin? Good to see you in the stream. I see there's 34 of you. Thank you, everybody, for joining in, but we're going to be checking out that hardware. So now let's talk about tonight's flight. So we got the URSA Minor. I didn't show that, but we got the URSA Minor as well from WinWing. And, of course, the other thing we want to show you, I love this. How many of you have the Bravo Throttle Quadrant? So we also have this. And, of course, we've got, this has got notches in it, so I don't know if you can hear it click, but it actually clicks. There's detents, and it actually has the spoiler. You can see the little white collar there that goes up. This thing's not cheap. It's an add-on for for those of you that have the Honeycomb Bravo Throttle Quadrant. Flippin-tastic. It's my favorite piece of add-ons for the Bravo from ProDesk Sim. It is absolutely fantastic. And definitely check that out. If somebody wants to drop in an exclamation ProDesk Sim, check that out. And then I also am using the WinWing MCDU over here. And you might know, look at my, geez. I got to quit wearing these neon shorts. It stands out too much, right? I need to wear my black or dark gray shorts. Anyway, I still have this mounted to the WinWing panel, or the WinWing panel mount, rather. I got to take this off so I can do a mount with the actual Boeing stuff that was from WinWing that we tested out, the EFIS 3N 3M with their FCU. It's called the PAP, and what is it, the 3 PAP MAG or whatever it is, 3N PAP MAG. But anyway, I need to get this unmounted. I've got 3 of these panels, and I've got a cool thing from Flight Sim Mods, our friend Shane over there, where this can just drop in. I just forgot to detach it from the WinWing mount. So I'm using the WinWing mount tonight, but that's okay because we can highlight that too. You can buy these from WinWing. They come in a pack of 3 or just 1 if you have a bunch of panels you want. But I would definitely check out Flight Sim Mods, and somebody drop in an exclamation FSM in chat as well. Check out Flight Sim Mods, and we have a link in there. You can save 12%. So if you have any of the panels from WinWing, well, I think it's like maybe $58, $68, but you can get a 12% discount. It is not super cheap, but it's built very well. And it's free shipping anywhere in the world. And it's well worth it for the convenience factor. It's awesome. Thank you, Maple. So thank you, Tombstone Kid. But anyway, so check that stuff out. But let's get into the, we're going to start cold and dark like from the very get-go beginning. So you're going to have to bear with me, Vruden and everybody, because it's going to take us a while before we get up in the air, because I want to go over, some of you are probably here to see the Rowsfire A107, so I want to go through the whole thing from cold and dark, from start to getting on to taxi and take off, and then we'll continue. But for our route tonight, we are actually back in Japan for the World Update 20 Japan, so hopefully you all have that and installed that. But this is the route below. Let me put that down below right there. So we are going, you can't really see that, can you? RJAA to RJFR, and if somebody drops in an exclamation FP, you'll see the flight plan for this evening's flight. Okay, so with that being said, let's look and see all of our friends in here. Look at everybody in here. It's great to see Silly Unknown's back with us. We got N911. RG, and is my controller going to die on me? Nope, there it goes. Evo Eagle Sky's flying with us. We got Bats in here. We've got John Wick flying around, AK-47. Nice one. Bat 24, of course, is in here. Maple Leaf is flying. I just got to pan around. See, I saw somebody fly by, and I don't know if they're with us or not. Oh, yeah, TNT Simulated. Of course, he's flying with us. Vruden, where's your F-14? I figured Vruden would be flying, giving us an F-14 escort. But good to see you all. And who else am I missing? Oh, look at that! Kyle is in the house, friends. Let's give it up to Summer Kyle and Proctus and Captain Ahoy. Certainly wouldn't want to miss all of you. And TJ Turner. Friends, it's good to see you guys in here as well. How are you all doing? We're going to zip on down here. Now, I don't believe we've ever done the Jetstar. Since we're doing Japan, I thought Jetstar would be a perfect airplane. And then we're doing the Sharklets with the IAE engines. And so let's get into it. All right, into the cockpit we go. And we also have the full setup with the scene right here. So you can see all the equipment and gears. The thingamajiggers, and I got to switch this back over. Let's get that back pointed to the A107 so we can see this in action, my friends. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it back over here, and I'm going to run through the... Okay, now see, that wasn't working just a second ago. There we go. So I'm going to go to my JD's checklist. How many of you like the JD's checklist? Kyle says, I'm here. It sounds good, man. Vruden has time? Wow, that's a first, Vruden. That is a first. I don't know if I've ever heard Vruden say, I have time. So what you're saying to me, Vruden, is just take your time, Symphanatic. It's fine. All right, I appreciate that, Vruden. So we are going to be flying at flight level 360. And let me get to my... Well, I lost my checklist. Hold on. JD, where are you? JD? Oh, JD! Where are... Oh, there you are, JD. Okay, so first and foremost, we got to set the parking brake. And I do believe that is set, but let's go ahead and just check that rocker switch and make sure we got the parking brake on. As you can see there, we've got it on. We're going to go up top here. Now, for the premiere of the A107. Let me get that up so you can see that, right? Everybody can see that, see the buttons and everything. I can even switch over here a little bit so you can see this work in action. So there's all of our stuff. Now, one of the things I'm going to mention about this is I think they improved this on the V3 version. I got to reach over here because I want to make sure I had it with the camera so you can all see this. But one of the things is I wish they had the buttons protrude a little more out and in so you could tell if it's set or not set. You can't really tell by looking at it unless you look really close. You got to kind of run your finger to know if it's pushed in or pushed out. That's okay. It might be kind of similar with the real aircraft. I don't know. I've never flown an Airbus before, but apparently the V3 version, this is a V2 version. Apparently the V3 from Rowsfire is going to have that. But the first things first, on our checklist, we're going to do the battery one. So we got Bats. This is for you. Bat 1. And now you're going to see that come on, and it actually lights up. Okay, so the light, and you can see Bat 2 over here. You can see that, right? The light, and then we're going to push that, and you're going to see that's going to go ahead and enable. All right, Bat 1, Bat 2, LRM. I got LRM going. So we got those on, and the next thing, we're going to go external power. So you can see over here, we got the external power available, so we're going to go ahead and push that. We're going to try that again. And again, I think that's because it was actually pushed in, so I had to hit it a couple times. That's something that could maybe be improved, be a toggle rather than a switch. I don't know, maybe the real aircraft just like a switch. But you can see here, it's going through the motions. You can see the fire test systems and that. These are all lighting up. As you can see above, right up top up there, right there. My camera's like reverse, so I got to remember, if I want to point right, I got to point left, and vice versa. Okay. Anyway, so there's that. Next thing we want to do is we want to get the nav and logo lights on. So we got our switch here, so you can see. Can you see this? Because it does work, trust me, but I'm going to zoom in on the switch here. So here you can see the nav light, and I'm going to go over here, and nav light, and we're going to go ahead and push this up once, and you can see that switches. Same thing as the A106. That's one of my complaints here. If you can tell, that little, I should zoom in on that, but there's little plastic pieces that are put on these standard switches like we have down here for the nose light, and what I can tell is they just stuck these on them. And I think they should like have some way to make those, just stay solid set, not go to the sides and twist around in that. I'm thinking I might just grab some super glue, put a dab of glue on it, and just put it on there. Keycap, there you go, Tombstone. That's a good way to put it. Keycap is what it is. And I don't know if these are 3D printed or what, but that's some feedback I'm certainly giving Rowsfire as we look at that. Wing flexes are set. Yes, and in fact, that's a good point, Tombstone. I did WingFlex. We interviewed WingFlex at Flight Sim Expo when they were in Providence, and got a chance to feel it and try it out. And again, they should be sending it our way at some point here. But that's one thing that I wish that Rowsfire would improve, and they need to, in my opinion. But in any case, I do like the functionality of it, and I do like it better than the A106. Republic Clones is in the house. Republic Clones, everybody give a shout out to them. Good to see you, Republic. Can they be detached and reattached with super glue? Yes, I believe so. And in fact, that's what I'm planning on doing, Republic. A great question. That's what I'm planning on doing. In fact, I could try. They're not actually pulling off, so I'll have to try that. I might do it on the A106 because the A106 is kind of. I'm going to do a full comparison between the 106 and 107. The layout's of course going to be a little bit different, but in any case, that is something they, in my opinion, they could improve upon. Right, so APU, I do like this. So you got the APU switches right here, and so we're going to go through the APU. So let me zoom in a little bit in the virtual cockpit here, so you all can see that right up there. And so first things first, we're going to hit the APU master switch. You're going to see that's going to go blue. And that's interesting. It says fault right now. And then we're going to go ahead and let me try it again. Wonder why that's saying fault. Does it say it in my plane? It does say fault. Let's go ahead and hit pumps. Well, there was an update. Is that required now? If we don't have the pumps on, it will fault. Good point. Okay, so maybe it's because of the pumps, like you say. All right, so let's see here. Well, this is new. So the Phoenix Airbus was just updated. Wonder why the APU isn't working. Huh. Worked yesterday, but I did update it. Any ECAM? Let me check. It's a good question. Regular low, says low pressure. APU emergency shutdown. Oh. Why is it on emergency shutdown? Wonder why it's doing that. Oh, that's a good point. I think that was it. Let's jump up. I think somebody just figured it out. See, normally I don't have these. I think that somebody just figured that out. Said emergency. I wonder if it was one of these red button. The APU red button was up. Yep. There you. Hey, who said that? Who said that? The fire switches, it's Captain Red Sky. Who first said it? Tombstone Kid, nice job. I'm going to give you guys, you get the first officer emoji awards. Nicely done. So there you go. Watch for that. There you go, guys. That's for all you. Tombstone Kid and all the rest. Thank you for that. So that's another thing. I guess you want to do your pre-checks and make sure those are all pushed down. Nice call, guys. Thank you. That was it. Okay, now we can continue on. So another important thing. So you guys are so good. You guys are so good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do master now. It should work. So do the start switch. Thank you, guys. Good call. You guys are so clever. All right, so here we got the little door open. So something to be mindful of. You know, I've never had this, and so now that I've got it, I was playing around with them. So that's probably an important thing to note. Make sure all your buttons are pushed in and on the off position before you start your aircraft, huh? Tombstone says, how funny. I'm just starting to learn. Well, nice job, man. Cheers. Cheers. Nice job there, Tombstone. All right, so you can hear that APU firing up. And there she goes. There. The hell was that noise? Did you guys hear that? What the flop was that? Sound like a whining noise. I don't know. There's probably going to be all kinds of stuff that I mess up tonight with. I don't have this all reset with the switches. That was weird. Anywho, continuing on. Oh, I just have a feeling something is going to happen, Maple. Something's going to happen tonight. A horn. Yeah, horn was going off. The air was escaping the balloon. There you go. Hey, it's Emmett the Nemesis. Emmett, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. It's going to be one of those nights. Guaranteed you're all going to get a laugh out of me. Okay, so we got the external power. We can go ahead and turn that off. So let's go ahead and turn that off. We'll go back up top and disconnect the external power. And it didn't do it. See, I have to hit it a couple times. And there was something in the documentation about pushing it and holding it just for a second for it to take. So, but again, this is like my first... I'm actually doing this for the first time with all of you. Like when I set this, I just made sure the software worked and everything, and I played around a little bit. But in terms of like full procedure starting, that's why I wanted to do this from cold and dark, so you could see it like you're getting it for the first time. We're gonna figure it out together, right, Tombstone, everybody? We're gonna figure it out together. So this is really my first time running through this with y'all, so this is raw video. It's raw, I tell you. Okay, so APU bleed can come on. We got the APU bleed switch right up here. Where the hell is it? APU gen. Oh, here it is. APU bleed right here. Push that in. Feel the air. Can you feel the air? Can you feel that? Is it on? Yes, it is. Okay, there it goes. Now we can hear the air going. At least I can. ADIRs. Another thing I love about this thing. It's got 3 ADIR switches, unlike the A106. So there's 3 ADIR switches. So we're going to go ahead and run through these. So we're going to go 1, on. Okay. We're going to go number 3, or number 2 is over there. And then number 3 in the center. And we're going to go ahead and turn those on. And you'll see the light flash for just a moment. And you can see the ADIRs should be, fault should be going off, and they'll start aligning. So I do like that a lot. And these switches actually feel really good. These 3 ADIR switches, in fact, the plastic switches, those all feel really good. The buttons, sometimes like the angle catches just a little bit. If you don't hit the button center, it'll catch like on the housing or in the frame. That to me, it's not a big deal, but it's kind of like I had one time I pushed a button and it kind of caught on the edge. But I do like these switches. I think the knobs. I'll call them the knobs. These are the switches. I do like the knobs. Republic says Boeing or Airbus. Was always Boeing, but recently switched to Airbus. What do I prefer? Yeah, I don't know, Republic. That's a good question. I bounce back and forth between the Boeing and Airbus. I love them both. I think they both have their advantages and disadvantages. And we've got the WinWing hardware and stuff for everything. What I do think, and we talked about this during Flight Sim Expo, there definitely needs to be more Boeing stuff. And in XP72, you know, he was there. We were saying, yes, there definitely, and he made the comment, there needs to be more Boeing hardware. And I was just like, I agree. There needs to be more Boeing hardware available, because there's so much Airbus with the Skylarky, the WinWing. At least WinWing now has the Boeing stuff, but then like the WingFlex. I think I actually asked the guy at WingFlex, you know, are you going to make some Boeing stuff? And I asked Skylarky, and they're going to come out with some Boeing. But great question. It's a hard one to answer. I like them both. One Airbus setup can fly multiple planes. Boeing is one and done. Yeah, but I mean, if you go at the 737 line and even the iFly Max 8 or the 737 Max 8, which I know we're still waiting for PMD. I'm not even waiting for PMDG on that. It's just like, just get the NG line out. Just get it out. But yeah, I mean, then you go to the 777. It's like, yeah, now you got all the different panels. Because the MCDU, you're right. Because like you have one panel and you run all the Airbus. Mostly, except for like, is it 350? That's different because you got touchscreen, or am I wrong on that? But like the 777, you do have like differences there with the 777 than you do with the 73 line and that. But yeah, I mean that's true to a degree. All right, so let's go ahead and get the fuel pumps on now. I told you this is going to take a while because we're going through this the first time together, and I want to make sure I keep caught up with you all in chat and not miss you in chat. And again, see 39 of you here. Thank you, friends, for being here. We had Jeff Fabiano, XP72, and Oz Flight Simmer drop in when we streamed last Saturday. We'll see if they drop in, or maybe even WinWing. But I appreciate all of you being here, and it's great to have you here. Okay, let's go through and get all the fuel pumps on. So we've got 6 switches. You can see they're all in white here, all lit up here on the panel. So let's go ahead. And as you can see, and there's even a fault light that switches just like in the real plane or in our virtual cockpit. You can see that fault switching between the lights, which is nice. Tombstone, come on, Slackers, 40 watching and 5 likes. All right, and then thanks, Tombstone. Sometimes if you refresh the browser, sometimes the browser, I notice, that'll stick, and the likes, for whatever reason, the likes don't show, and you refresh, you're like, oh, there are people that like me. And then I don't need to do it all the time, like Captain Howdy knows, and a lot of you know. Before every stream, I look in a big full-length mirror, and I look at it before I start, and I say to myself, Symphonic, you're good enough, you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like you. And that'll get me through the stream, mostly. Till some of you get too hard on me, and then I go in a fetal position and cry to myself. No, but I appreciate that, Tombstone and all. Brett Blaze is in the house. Let's all welcome Brett. How's it going? Brett Blaze is also a content provider, has his own YouTube channel. Almost said YouTube live stream, does a lot of live streaming. Somebody please drop in an exclamation BP for Brett Plays. Good to see you, Brett. How you doing, my friend? Did you stream earlier tonight, Brett? I didn't see you right away, but didn't know if you did stream. Brett says, no, you would never miss chat. Never. Something I deal with, something I live with, Brett. Something I'm trying to improve upon. I live with it. I deal with it. So do you, all of you, right, Evo? Evo says, never miss chat, never take off. Right. That's true. That is absolutely true. Always a reaction, right? Okay. Where were we? 8 ears, fuel pumps, oxygen crew supply. So we've got that right here. So go ahead and push that, and that'll turn off, as you can see in front of your very eyes. Yeah, I've been there since you broke it, but you never read chat. Oh, Brett, I'm sorry, man. Bruton says he'll get the hang of this eventually. Yeah, it'll only take me another 4 years, Bruton. Oh, my goodness. All right, so let's see. We got the oxygen and overhead panel. Check to make sure there's no multiple lights. What's nice about this is for those of you that have it, and you're not like demoing it for others, you don't even have to look up top. You just look over here and then hit all the stuff, right? It's kind of like your MCDU. You don't have to look down the virtual cockpit. You can do the MCDU stuff right on the WinWing panel or the WingFlex. If you buy $600 to burn, that thing, I don't know why that's so expensive. It's good. I'd go with the Wing. I'd save yourself $400 and go with the WinWing. But if you have money to burn, the WingFlex does have a few additional options that are nice. But I don't know if it's worth another 400 bones. You know what I'm saying? Emergency exit light. Go ahead, and we're going to turn that. We're going to flip that switch. So we're going to go back up here. And this is just your regular switch. So we'll go to arm. As you can see, we got that armed. And then no smoking to auto, and we'll hear a ding. So actually, let's go back to the back here and see if we can hear the ding. Auto. Huh. Am I like outside? Hold on, because there was an update. I feel like I might be outside of the airplane. Am I outside? Oh my God, I am. Wait a minute, what? Oh. Well, this isn't. Is this thing not? Wait a minute. Is this thing not? There it happened again. The fudge is that? The heck is that happy horse crap? Does this seriously not have a cabin? How do we not have a cabin? We don't, seriously? We don't have a cabin with this, you gotta be shitting me. Hold on. We don't, oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's no cabin with this livery. Well, isn't that the shits? I didn't even realize that. Okay, I guess I should have tested that tombstone. Republic says, I ordered that mount to the mounted above my monitor. Excited to get it in and do a flight. Absolutely, and that's another good thing to mention. You asked about the 100 by 100 millimeter. It does VESA, and so yeah, you can do that. You can mount it. And there is no cabin with this livery. That's interesting. Okay, well, I guess let's see that in an instant replay. What the fudge is that? Hold on. Do I have some weird thing mapped with my controller? Hold on. Cockpit external view. That's weird. Okay. I don't know. This livery's kind of weird. Okay, well, we'll just live with it. So we go from outside to inside, it does that. Okay, well, good to know. Moving on. Plane change, I guess. Now, we're going to stick here because if I had to start all over Tombstone, oh, it'd be horrific. You'd be doing this. All right, no smoking to auto. We got that set. And let's go ahead and go to the EFB. Now, we're going to go down here to the EFB, fire this baby up. All right, good. For a second there, I thought, oh, it's not going to work. Is it going to work? Let's check the... Okay, we're good on the... Okay, I was just making sure the stick worked. Okay, the other thing is I can switch this over and... So you can see I've got the EFB here, so we're going to start working with the EFB for a little bit, and then I'll switch it back over, and I'll try to keep this as fluid as I can, but it's really hard when I got all these different cameras and stuff, but we'll make it work. All right, we're going to import RJAA, and we're past the time. That's fine, because I did that earlier. Ground services, GPU, we don't have to worry about that because we're going to use GSX. And let's go ahead and load this baby up. So load aircraft, we're going to do instant. Of course, we can do GSX, boarding only, or boarding and refuel. We're going to go instant. Keep this thing going before Vruden loses his cool. We're not going to send anything to MCDU right now because we're going to program this. We want to keep that settled. And I'm actually going to go to the charts really quick, get the charts up and running. RJAA, and then we'll go ahead and do ground charts and find the airport diagram charts. Those are all airport briefing, airport info, probably on here. There we go. So now we can, I like the fact that you can actually see where we're at. So if we move this over, because we're going to take off from 34 left, I think, so we can see our aircraft is positioned. I always like to have that like ready and waiting. Okay, so we've got the stuff loaded up. Let's go ahead and continue on with our checklist. Ground surfaces, mass imbalance loaded. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the INET page. So we're going to go down here. And I'm going to be on the MCDU from WinWing. I think this thing is like $180. Somebody check that if you would. But we're going to go to INET, and then we're going to go RSK2, INET request. We're going to wait for that. The little asterisk is going to go away. And then we can see that it loaded up the stuff. I think our ICAO code... Let me check my cheat sheet, friends. I have a cheat sheet. JJP is for Jetstar, so we're going to do JJP into our scratch pad. We'll do 542. I always like to do 542. It used to be my VATSIM call sign or flight number. JJP 542, and then I'm going to look at my checklist from SimBrief to get our cost index, which is 46. So I'm going to plug that in, cost index, and again, we're going to go 360, flight level 3, so that's 36,000. It's going to have the temperature there, and we should be good to go on that end of it. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we are going to program in our flight plan. So we're going to wait on this. We're going to go back to flight plan and get our flight plan set up. If I hit RJAA and departure, we are going to be taking off from runway 18, right? Or 34. It's 34, right? What was it? Somebody type in exclamation FP for me, or I can do it. What was it? I do need a co-pilot. I do. Okay, there's a lot of stuff flipping by me. There we go, Bats. Thank you. Okay, 34 left. So we're going to do 3-4 left right here. So we're going to go LSK4. Our departure is... Routing is Reddick 2. So we're going to scroll to Reddick 2, LSK4. Reddick 2, or Reddick 2. And Reddick, so we don't have any transition. So we're going to hit Tempe insert. Tempe. And then we're going to hit LSK6 for our arrival. Our arrival is going to be 18. How many are you doing the ILS 18? In fact, I'm got to remember what I'm doing. I'm doing ILSY. So I'm going to do LSK3. And let's see, do we have an arrival? No, sorry, direct. And I don't see any transition, so if we just hit enter. ILSZ, Maple says. I think I'm going to do Y from what I was looking at earlier, but Z, that's fine. All right, and so let's go ahead and run through this and make sure there aren't any discos or discontinuities. So what we're going to do is run through this and just page up until we can go through everything and make sure we don't have any discontinuities or direct type things. And there we go. We got a flight plan disco. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit clear. Unlike the Boeing, you actually just hit the next waypoint and just overwrite the other one, but you actually hit clear and then clear that out and then hit the RSK6, and that's it. Now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to just double check. Kyle says, Symphonic, you doing the ILS from Asari? Yes, that was my plan, I think. Yes, I'm doing that. From Asari, exactly, Kyle. That is exactly what my plan is. I had to check my Navigraph charts just to make sure that's what I picked, and it was. There's an IAF from Asari. Okay, good deal. Double check that you have that selected. Okay, I might just make sure as we check our flight plan. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and then I'm going to switch cameras. I have too many things to do. We're going to go to the FCU. So now we got this, and now what I love about the EFIS here is we can switch this to plan, and then we can actually dial this in, so like 20, 40, or whatever. And usually I go at 10 or 20 when I'm running through this. And then we just hit the up arrow as we depart. We're just looking for any anomalies, and that's what we should be doing. We should be turning there, and that looked just like my... those of you that don't have Navigraph charts and you're on the fence about a subscription, I like it. If you do a lot of commercial flying. If you do mainly GA, I don't think it's worth it. And so I've got Asari. What's our IAF there, Kyle? Let me go look at the chart. Okay, it looks like it's... Okay, I have FR854. Is that what you have? I got Asari, as you can see down here. Asari to FR854. Is that what you were looking for, Kyle? Or am I missing one? So I do have that one. Yep, we go. Okay, good. Thank you. Got it. All right, and that all looked good to me, so we'll call that good. Looks good. Awesome. Thank you, Kyle. All right, so we'll say that's good for that. Let's go back to our MCDU and back to our checklist. And so we got all that done. The route looks good. Now we got to go back to this INIT page. So I'm going to go back down here. We're going to go to INIT on our MCDU. And now what we need to do is check what we have for zero fuel weight. So we're going to do the right arrow and then our zero fuel weight. Now, if you're wondering what that is, because if I hit this, like sometimes with the Boeing, you could just hit this twice and it loads it, but it doesn't do it here. Now, what you can do is you can switch over here to your EFB and you can set send to MCDU. What's the fun in that, though, right? So we got zero fuel weight of 131,626, so we could actually type in 131,62 and do that. And I want to show you something. So we hit send to MCDU, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you're going to see 1316 in fuel block. So we could have plugged that in, but I'm being lazy. But you can see it does match up with what we had in our EFB. So we're good to go there. So we've got our... What do we got, friends? We've got our MCDU and our fuel, our block fuel, and all that set. Okay, we're good to go there. Next thing we need to do is hit our performance button. We're going to go to our performance, and we need to get our flaps, not our flap setting, but our V1 and VR and V2. So what you can do is go back over here, and you think, oh, where's that at? So you hit your little home button, and you go to your departure performance here. Yep, friends, that's what we're going to do. We're going to say sync load sheet data, and we're going to have our takeoff weight and MAC takeoff weight. We're going to sync live weather, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do calculate, and I don't know why I'm doing this weird voice, but I'm going to do it, okay. So I've got 152. What I like about this is I don't have to look back at my virtual cockpit because I've got the beautiful WINWING MCDU. So I'm going to do 152 LSK1, 152 LSK2 for VR. That's our rotate. And then 153? Geez, it's almost like 152 the whole way. Like 1 knot is really going to make a difference, right, Maple? And then takeoff, shift, and flaps. So the flaps we can see right up here. It says 1 down 00. I don't think I've ever had 1 down 00. So no trim, because that would be the trim. So we're going to say DN. We're just going to match that. 0.0. Interesting. I've never had a 0.0. So we're going to enter that, and then flex to temp is 70 degrees. So we're going to type that, RSK4, and at the 70. There, we got that all set, and we can cross-check that right down here, and we know we're good to go. Okay, so now we got our flaps, our flex to temp. Transition altitude is flight level. What is our transition altitude, Kyle? Republic says, do you recommend the Fenix? I fly the fly-by-wire A320 NX. I recommend the Fenix. I love the Fenix, but the fly-by-wire is free, right? Stan, what's up, Stan? Stan in the house. Kyle says 14,000. Okay, 14,000. Oh, it's right here, 14,000, so we're good. Thank you, Kyle. Very nice. I'm going to have to give you a first officer emoji here shortly. Transponder, we're going to get to in a second. Altimeter button. So here we're going to go back up top. And I'm going to switch back over the FCU and the EFIS. And so what we're going to do is we can look over here and see what our weather is. So we're going to go back to our home, my flights. Come on, baby. We're going to go over here to our METAR report for departure. And so we can see here we got 3006 knots, and we've got 1015 on the Q. Notice over here we've got the switch. Everybody see that? Okay, so we've got the switch here, so we can switch between in inches of mercury. Try to move my hand so you can see the switch, but we can switch that to HPA. And as you can see right now, it's at 1013. And what was it? Please tell me I get to play with the knobby. 1015. Oh, great. 2 clicks to the right. Okay, 1015. Boy, that was so anticlimactic, but it does work, and I love the tactile feel of the WINWING. It's beautiful. 1015. Thank you, Tombstone. Bruin says, I don't even think it has started yet. What hasn't started? Us flying? Let's see. Brett says, so have we taken off yet? I went for a coffee and donut. That is awesome. You probably have time for a full course breakfast meal there, Brett. How about that? With me, you've got plenty of time, brother. All right, we're getting there, though, Brett and Bruden. We are getting there, friends. Okay, so now that we got that set up, FCU, we're going to go back to the FCU because we actually have to... Hey, we have a new sub. Let me get the camera out of the way. Bryce and Teen just subscribed. Everybody, welcome, Bryce. Bryce, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the SimFan family. Thank you for that subscription. Bryce, if you are here, drop a note in chat so we know you're here. But everybody, welcome Bryce. Bryce could be subbing on another video or something, but we do appreciate you, Bryce. Thank you so much for that subscription. Okay. Let's go back to FCU. And what we need to do... we got the altimeter set. FCU speed, so what we're looking for on the... I got to go up top. Damn it, Bruden, you're supposed to tell me to do that. So we look over here, and we need to make sure that these are dashed, and they are, so that's looking pretty fine. So those are dashed. Excellent. Next thing we want to look at is the FCU altitude. So we're going 360. This can go by hundreds, and there's a switch here to switch to 2000s. Again, the tactile. The one thing I don't like is I don't get to play with this enough with the WINWING. I just love playing with it. Stop. Right there. Don't even go there. None of you, especially you, Vruden, just don't do it. Don't do it. That's what she said. Okay, go ahead. That's all right. Oh, my goodness. We have another subscriber. Holy shnikes, who's next? Surprise, just subscribe. Surprise, everybody, welcome Surprise. Thank you, Surprise. Welcome, Surprise. Thank you for joining. Emmett the Nemesis. Says the fly-by-wire. Thank you again, everybody. Welcome, surprise to the SimFan family. You're in for a treat, buddy. Don't miss out on the do exclamation Discord, somebody, and make sure you check out and get into Discord as well. Let's see. Emmett says the fly-by-wire A320NX is not compatible with 2024 yet. Plane freezes the sim. I was put in the fly-by-wire Discord that they don't know when it's going to be available. And there's some performance issues too, I think, with it, isn't there? But yeah, I mean, I think there's some performance. Well, that's a performance issue if it blocks your freaking sim. But we've had some performance issues as well. That might have been back when we were flying 2020. What do you think, TJ? I think that was back then. But no, good point. Good point. Okay, so we got the FCU altitude set. Let's go down to transponder. Now, here's something I want to point out. What I do like, what they did at Rowsfire with this, friends. So, I got to move this back. We'll be done with the FCU for now anyway, so, or the MCDU. They actually have a TCAS switch here. Even though you wouldn't find this on the overhead, you find it down below, but it does have the TCAS, so I can switch this to standby, make sure that's on standby. I dig that. I dig it. But I do have to go over here and hit auto for the TCAS. But I think that's a nice touch. 1 hour already. Is it really? Oh my. Yeah, oh my gosh, it almost is, isn't it? Well, we're almost there, Maple. I told you it's going to be a while, friends. I warned you. But yet, you're still here, so it's all good. It's all good. Dope, says Tombstone. Simblitz, what's up, brother? Simblitz in the house. Give it up to Simblitz. Surprise. There's Surprise. Thank you for that subscription. Surprise says, do you all recommend switching to flying the Fenix in 2024? I've been using 2020 and just don't want to put in the work of switching all my add-ons over until 2024. Dude, 2024 is stable. Since they did Sim Update 3, get 2024. Surprise. Absolutely. Don't even second guess it. It's worth it, and Fenix is definitely working just fine in 2024. There was a time, you're right, it was unstable. There was a time it was unstable, but there's some things still, but 2024 is... Dude, the performance you're going to get out of 2024 with the multi-core, multi-threading for your processor is... You're going to just be blown away, dude. You're going to be in there, you're going to be like, wow, this is better graphics, plus it runs better. Dude, just do 2024. I don't think anybody's going to argue that. There, see, 737, Sky High Vibes, what's up, man? Says 2024 is worth it. Absolutely. Don't even second guess yourself, brother. Just make the plunge. I get it, though. I get it. But no, definitely do it. All right, so we got TCAS set. External power is verified off. APU bleed is on. We can check that as we can see here. That's all running and looks good. Last thing, seatbelt signs on, so we're going to do that. We'll hear the ding. We got to stay in the cabin, or in the cockpit, apparently, because we can't do a cabin tour. Here we go. Click the switch. I didn't hear the damn chime. All right, well, but you saw the switch flipped, and if we go up top, you're going to see that, indeed, it has been set. So, no, it didn't set. Here we go. I hit the wrong one. There we go. There's the ding. There's the chime. I hit the frickin' no smoking one to on. By the way, surprise, do we all really need a no smoking sign this day and age in an aircraft? I mean, isn't it pretty much common sense at this point that we don't need a no smoking sign? What do you all think? Really? Like, okay, so if anyone is smoking a cigarette in an airplane, a commercial airplane especially, we'll have Tommy come back there and hit you on the head with... No, never mind. You know the movie. But anyway, but seriously, do we need it? I think they could just save the money on the switch and be done with it. But anyway, I digress. Beacon time, friends. We're going to go up top. We're going to hit the beacon on. So let's kick the tires, as Scott would say. Let's kick the tires and light the... Wait, let's kick the tires and light the fires. All right, not quite that. All right, let's go ahead and hit beacon. So we got the switch. Beacon on. There we go. Beacon's on. That should kick GSX in. Should kick GSX in the ass. And they... Oh, there we go. People are... Yep, here they come. Here they come. Jetways pulling away. There's our freaking horn. What the hell is with that thing? We're going to go outside and we're going to watch our great ground crew get our beautiful Jetstar without a cabin. Pushback. Okay, well, he's speaking Japanese. We ran into this before. I got to go up here, hit GSX. Go over here so you can all see that. Interrupt? No, I don't want to interrupt it. No. No, I don't want to interrupt it. I can't understand him, so hopefully GSX gonna, did he say pull the... Okay, nope, they're connecting. Okay, we're good. Here they go, they're connecting. I think. Oh yeah, here we go. Language barrier. We have some friends from Japan. They should be telling me, translate for me. Okay, locking gear. Now if I go out here, I can see it. Okay. Simblet says, fun fact, as an Aussie... Oh, Simblets, I forgot you're an Aussie, mate. Says, as an Aussie, I can confirm Jetstar makes their flight cheap by removing the cabin. Nicely done. Nicely done. I love it. That was great. Hey, that horn didn't go off right then. Right then and there. That is funny. Kyle says, I suppose it's time to start the APU. Yeah, you're fine now. Let's do straight pushback, manual stop. Let's see, quick edit pushback. We're going to do that and hit enter and hope they don't push us into the goddamn grass. Remember they did that last week. All right, time to, wait, are the chocks still on? No, they're not. Okay. Son of a bitch, what is that? That is annoying. Okay, parking brakes released. Enable the cabin of the EFB. Oh. Okay, I'll do... Hold on, let me get the engine started. Is that why I don't... Is that why I'm missing it? Oh, let's take a look. Let's see if we have the cabin in it disabled. Let's go to... Was it sim settings, maybe? Cabin. Oh, well... Ah, look at you! Look at you. Hold on. Oh... But you guys, I tell you, let's give that TJ Turner a silver dollar, shall we? I'm gonna have to give you... Thank you, TJ. I appreciate it, brother. You guys always keep me on the straight and narrow. There's some blue skies and some first officer emojis for you. Thank you, sir. That did it. That did it. All right, it's time to start up. Let's go ahead and start this up. Let's light it up. All right. Go over here and engine start. Let me just double check my checklist, make sure I'm not missing something because I feel like I'm missing something. Ground power, beacon on, beacon ground service, close north pushback, one selector engine. Okay, here we go. Engine 2. And commence! Oh, I love the sounds. Listen for the sounds. These guys better not push me. Braden, when did you jump in here, Flight Sim Braden? Flight Sim Braden in the house. Good to see you, Flight Sim Braden. Yay, professional stream now. Absolutely, Brett. It's always a professional stream, buddy. You know this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
there we go.
The cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety.
Looks like they're... Hey, he's gonna stop us. Look at... He's got his arm up. And stop. Parking brake set. Well, we haven't had good engine start yet, so we're waiting. Ooh, listen to that. Practice, listen to that rumble. We're sporting the HyperX. You can pick these babies up. These are the twos you can buy at Walmart. Probably the best buy if you're looking for a new headset with good frequency range. I think you can get these right now for like $40 and maybe wait, you can even get them for sale. They don't make them anymore, but I think they're just trying to ship them on out and sell them on out.
There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now...
Friend, you're in an Airbus. We start engine 1 first. Not in Europe, Maple. Not in Europe.
Exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting.
All right. Okay, we got good engine start. And we'll confirm.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's go ahead and light number 1, and we're going to switch over to the left window so we can hear the pumps.
Drop from above you. Pull a mask.
Anyone hear a watch person?
Oxygen. Put the mask over.
Oh, you're right. This is Japan. You got me, DJ. You got me. I forgot where the hell I was. That's normal, though.
If we land on water, take a life jacket from under
You said that before, but I checked and I don't know. When did they switch that?
tapes around your waist.
Maple, when did they switch their standard operating procedure for that?
Just do not inflate
Practice. Company SOP says, Captain, do what you want. There we go. There you go, Practice. I like it. Truck disconnected, bypass pin removed. Go outside here. Let's go outside and let's check it out. That engine going. I'm surprised. Hey, Bats and Practice. I'm surprised that Maple hasn't said bruh yet. Has he not said bruh yet? It's all bruh these days, guys. Daniel's laughing. Everybody's laughing, Maple. What a shot. I got to get a screenshot of that. TJ, thank you for mentioning that damn horn. Thank you for mentioning that cockpit view. I appreciate it. That was the first time I've ever had it been off by default, but I should have thought of that, but thank you. All right, have a good trip, they say. Let's get this to ARC off a plan. All right. And we appreciate them letting us know, hey, have a good trip. I think we have everything ready to go, so we're going to go back over here and go to normal on the engine start. Switch. Why did I just get a master caution when I turned that? Was the engine not ready? Electric generator fault. Why do we have a fault there, guys? Slight 3-hour delay, but we're almost there. All right, if unsuccessful, generator off and then on. Engines are both running, so let's try that. See, again, we have this, we have the panel on, so maybe there's the switch is actually pushed in. Let's try it. Anti-ice. There's some pumps. That's the APU. What are you, blind McFly? Where's the, I mean, I got the APU generator. Why is there a Gen 1 fault? Battery, Gen 1. Don't we have a Gen 1 button on here? I thought there was a Generator 1 button on here, Gen 1 button, but I'm not seeing it. Am I blind? Anti-ice, packs, APU generator, electric, external power. I'm not seeing a generator button, so let's... There we go. I just clicked it on and off. You know, I didn't even realize there's not a generator button. There's an APU gen on there, but we got it by following the ECAM. See? Aviation Spotter was right all along. All right. You don't need it. Let's go. All right, we got that fixed. Okay, so, hey, bada. So, wing, Kennedy. APU blink come off. That switch can come off, as you saw here. Next thing we're going to do is APU master come off. That's off. APU master coming off. Engine wing, we don't need the anti-ice, but you can see there are anti-ice here. Those 3 switches there. What a concept. Let me see. Master engine. Okay, auto brake to max. So we're going to go down here. Let me go ahead and turn that off for a moment. Go down here, and we're going to set to max here for brake. I forgot to hit run. Maple, again, you forgot to tell me to hit run on that. Always forgets that, friends. Let's see. All right, auto brake, and then flaps. Flaps 1. So we're going to go ahead, and we're going to do the beautiful Prodev Sim set to flaps 1.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Make sure our stick's working. Our stick. Flaps, are we at 1 on the flaps? And it looks like we are good. Flight controls, pitch and trim, that all looks good. Excellent. Excellente. Flaps 1 right here. Okay, that looks good. Flaps are 1. For takeoff ground spoilers, we don't have to set the trim because that was at 0. Ground spoilers to arm. So my Bravo doesn't work because the little damn cable's screwed up, but I'm just going to pull up on that Pro Desk anyway just to simulate it. And pitch trim is calculated, and we do want 1 down, but we really don't have to worry about it. But we do want just on 0, so we really don't need any pitch. I didn't really even need to move it. So just go back to that. Terrain on. Terrain. Yes, sir. That is coming, my friend. It is coming, Tombstone. Republic says, anyone know the definition of the Coriolis effect? I don't know how to define it. Just knows what it is. Yes. Let's see. ATC clearance. We'll say we have it. Let's go ahead and put the panel on one more time. Well, a couple more times. Strobe to auto. So let's go up top. We're going to do strobes. That switch can go right to the center there. Nose to taxi. That's just a regular switch. We're going to go right to the middle there for taxi. And runway turn-off lights as required. We don't need them because it's not dark right now. And if we turn the runway takeoff lights on, then Maple gets his underwear in a bunch. So, all right, we're ready to taxi, friends. We are going to taxi, and let's do this. I want to go over here, and we need to get ourselves oriented with charts. And we're going to go 3-4 left, and let's do it. Parking brake come off. And, friends, we are ready. What took you so long? I know I'm a comedian. We are using track IR today. See? Look back, left and right. Hey, we got Captain Ahoy over there. Summer Kyle. See, I was just making sure they had enough time to catch up. You know, they had to program their stuff as well. Right, turning left. Thank you, Captain Ahoy. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for letting us taxi out in front of you, buddy. Appreciate it. That way we'll catch you on the end of the stream doing a landing challenge. See, that's the advantage. If you wait till after SimFanatic takes off, we can capture you as you come in. There's a damn Jetstar beeping at me. Oh, good stuff. Bryn says I'm going to go to smoke another cigarette because he's going to wait 15 minutes before he drives past everyone. Oh, Bruden. You crack me up, buddy. Bats, what livery are you using tonight? Because I have you in the, I think British Airways. Yeah, I've got you in the British Airways. You know, I want to say thank you, everybody, for joining. Give yourselves a hand. Thank you for being here tonight. We aims to please. Look at the Jetstar. That frickin' horn. Seriously. It's going to drive me batty, Bats. Hey, I think I figured out the culprit. It's Bats putting the bat horn in here. Yeah. Watch out for that guy. He's always up to no good. Bats, I want to say again for Flight Sim Expo and Sim Gaming Expo, Bats made me some SimFanatic cards to hand out to vendors, and do appreciate that, Bats. In fact, some exciting news. We had Turtle Beach reach out to us recently about potential partnership. The other thing that's kind of cool is we also have WinWing is sending us their URSA Minor, or their URSA throttle. That's what you call it, the throttle. So that's coming. I already have the mount, and I've got the full mount right now. I'm using for the, I'll show it here after we get up in the air, for the URSA Minor. Heavy-duty stuff. So, again, want to say thank you to Rowsfire for sending us their A107. Thank you, Rowsfire, for that, so we could test it out. They did ship it to me for free. I felt like I was a little hard on the A106, but I do think the A107 is definitely better so far. I mean, it's bigger. It's got to be better, right, Bruden? I showed up and I never got a hat. I was a bastard child all weekend. Did I just go over a big bump? I think I went over a big bump. Got filth muck on our windows, Bruden. We're going to go down here to the threshold, and we'll get started. Frickin' horn already! All right. We're just about ready for takeoff. Cabin crew, please prepare the cockpit and the cabin. You gotta prepare the cockpit. Oh, you all need to prepare the cockpit. Hey, ZX Cloud, how's it going, man? You doing any biking later? Everybody say hello to ZX Cloud. Good to see you, man. Welcome to the live stream. We're good timing, by the way. We're We're ready to take off. That horn is going to make me go frickin' batty bats. Holy schneig. Okay, we're at, now here we go. So Tombstone, here's our terrain ND. So on our checklist, okay, I'm using the JD's checklist. I love it. Terrain, weather. I was trying to remember because I think there's a weather. See, there's a GPWS button here, but I think there's a weather thing on the 106. I got to double check that. But let's go ahead and get the weather turned on. So go over here. Maybe I might be mixing that up with the Wing Flex RMP cube. We highlighted that. Check that video out. We highlighted that. So we're gonna go weather, predictive wind shear. We'll go weather 2. Predictive wind shear already got on. Transponder TCAS TARA. So check this out. Again, I showed it just a minute ago, but if we zoom on over here, now we can look right down here, right here, and we have a nifty switch here, so we can go TA over here. So there we go. Oh, we also want to go over here and hit our chronometer to start it, and we should be ready to rock and roll, friends, finally. Takeoff configuration test, always good to hit that. Let's go ahead and take off. Make sure we don't have any gotchas and everything's in the green. Light is green, trap is clean, friends. Johnny Man is in the house. Johnny Man, hell of a guy, by the way. All right, we're almost there, but we got some final things to do, friends. Because why? Because we get to flip the switches. So let's go ahead and take not one last look, but we're gonna look at this. So we're gonna go ahead, runway turn-off lights come on. We can flip that switch up. Landing has 2 settings here, retract, off, and then on. It's got all those on the Rowsfire. We're gonna go ahead and turn our wing light on and strobes on and take off for our nose. Lots of buttons and switches to push. I love it. All right, we're ready to go. I think we're ready. All right, are we all ready? All right, silent cockpit. Hit the wrong button. All right, here we go. Freaking horn. My goodness, it's gonna drive me batty. I already said that, didn't I? All right, here we go. Oh, that's a great shot right there. Kyle and Captain Ahoy and Bats right there in the lineup. Perfect. Get another screenshot from there. Awesome. Why do I feel like I forgot something? Did I leave the light on at home? Oh, that's great. That's great. Look at that. Maple, hopefully what happened to you when I got you on a short where you crashed your plane because you hit some anomaly in the runway. This runway doesn't look completely smooth. This could be interesting. All right, are we all ready? All right, let's double check all our systems. We're on the runway and we are ready for takeoff. All right, let's go 50%. All right, release the brakes and tow up. Pour pressure on the stick until we hit 80 knots. This runway does not look level. Let's be prepared, friends. This could be a shit show. So far, so good. Don't talk too soon, Symphonetic. Right, V1, rotate. Let's go ahead. Rotate. All right, you're up. Oh, I love the rumble feel in the URSA Minor, friends. Let's get that speed down a little bit. We'll continue our climb. Right, to climb, thrust to climb. Come on. Sometimes it's kind of There we go. I've actually got to reset this, so it, let's go ahead and do the FCU and do autopilot, so AP1, go ahead and enable the autopilot, and time to go ahead and retract the flaps, so we're going to go ahead and retract the flaps, that ProDesk Sim. But yeah, I need to kind of like recalibrate this, I think. With the ProDesk Sim notches, it doesn't quite line up, so it always throws me off. Evo says, game's bugged out again. Really? Oh, man. It's Captain Ahoy. My country's livery looks nice. Nice. There goes Wingman. Wingman, when did you sneak in here, brother? Up, and away, friends. All right, let's double check everything. So we've got everything set here. We're climbing to our speed. We got thrust climb. Altitude's at 7,000. But we are climbing to 36, but that's 7,000. If we go over to the MCDU and go to flight plan, we can see right here, that's why. We're going to Aries, and that's 7,000. That's why that's at 7. Let's go ahead and disarm our spoilers and clean up the aircraft here. Will you be making a full review video on this? Absolutely, Republic Clones. I do appreciate that question. Absolutely. In fact, not only that, but I will also, I got to turn the sound down because the engines are so damn loud. Draw me out. But I will also be putting this one up against the A106, against the A106 Rowsfire. And then once we get the WingFlex unit, I know some of you already have pre-ordered the WingFlex overhead panel. I'll be doing a full comparison between the A107, maybe even doing a lineup. So yes, I'll definitely be doing a full review. A couple of things that you got to do, friends. And let me show you something. Once we get above 10,000 feet, we can turn our landing lights off. But you have to use, for this to fully work. Now somebody, I don't remember which one it was, said you couldn't get it to work with the Airbus and you were hoping to maybe get some pointers here. Now the one thing that you got to make sure is, the one thing I wish that Rowsfire would do is that they would have their own installer and their own bridge software. They actually use MobiFlight. It's okay. But you get it's not hard, but they do have instructions. You want to make sure you follow those to a T. If you miss any of those steps, it's not going to work. And there's a certain sequence that you got to do. What I like to see Rowsfire do is invest in a little bit in maybe a developer's time to come up with their own bridge software solution. This does use something that's called FSUIPC. A lot of you that have been X-Plane simmers for a long time, you're very familiar with FSUIPC. Basically, it's kind of a communication language between the simulator and like your peripherals and other application layers that are on your computer. So you have to have FSUIPC and MobiFlight for this to work. Plus, you have to have a configuration file. So you get these three things that you got to download and install and have launched before you do your flight. Otherwise, your A107 is not going to work, and it's going to drive you crazy, and you're going to do that. But as long as you have those three things set up, then you should be good to go. In fact, I will show you MobiFlight and what that looks like. I'm just going to go ahead maybe and do that now, because we're going to be at 7,000 feet for a little bit here. So let me go to... 24 hours event Saturday and Sunday. Twin Smile Aviation, how's it going, buddy? How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. You're asking, are you doing the 24-hour event on Saturday and Sunday? What's that? What's that, Twin Smile? A big long-haul flight? Is that what it is? I don't know what that is. Do tell. Thank you for joining, brother. Maybe? No, probably not. I got family stuff on Saturday, so I probably won't be able to make that work, but be interested what that is. Let me see if I can't bring this up. Let's switch the Moza app over to the MobiFlight so I can show you all what I'm talking about. There's definitely a particular order. This does not conflict with SimApp Pro, so those of you that are running WinWing stuff and you're running SimApp Pro bridge software, you can run the MobiFlight and the configuration file and everything right along with it without a problem. Well, interesting. See if I can get it up now. Can I get it up? Ooh, boy, leave it to me. Freaking Freud slip-ups all the time. See it show up now. Explore LRM. Huh, for some reason it's not showing. Oh, that's not it. Huh. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Let me show y'all it. I got it here. Okay, so this, if you can see this is the software that you need to install. So this is MobiFlight. Now, some of you may have installed MobiFlight. Like some of you that wanted to use like the PAP3 or the PFP from WinWing. There are profiles that are out there at flightsim.to. In fact, that's where you get the pointing the wrong way. That's where you get the MobiFlight app. And so, but if we make this bigger for a second here so you can all see this. So as you can see, you've got a configuration. So I've got this Rowsfire A107. So that's essentially, I don't want to mess this up. I don't think I'm going to mess it up doing this. But I've got a Rowsfire here. So you launch that config file. So you actually download the config file. And then when you got it ready, you got to actually launch your simulator. And you'll notice down here, it says, can you see that? It says connected, just like, LRM or any of the others. You'll notice it's connected to the device. So once you plug your device into USB-C, it'll recognize that, your SIM status. So when you launch Flight Simulator, and it works with 2024. I'm running 2024 right now, and then it'll actually recognize the aircraft you're in. But the important thing is, and I think I have a feeling for whoever said wasn't working, there's one important final thing you got to do. And I'm not going to show it here, but when you open, you have to save it to your profile. I missed that, and then nothing worked. So you have, when you load the configure, and I'll do a video on this, but you load your configuration file, you'll get this little box, and you actually have to save it. Don't just hit OK. You got to save it as your default. If you don't, you can hit OK thinking it works, you'll hit run, and nothing works. So you got to save it as your default profile for the plane, and then once you get in here, you hit run, and then it works. So there's a sequence that you got to make sure is happening. Otherwise, it just ain't going to work, friends. Very, very important. So, again, I think that's where Rowsfire could really step up their game and have their own software, bridge software. But it works. And they have documentation that actually isn't bad. You just don't miss those. Those things that I just mentioned. Don't miss those points. And don't miss having FSU IPC. If you don't have FSU IPC, and that's got to be configured to launch when you launch your simulator, or you got to manually launch it, if you don't have that running, it doesn't work. So to me, it's not as user-friendly because you got to know that. And some simmers might be like, I just want to install, I just want to like connect this to my USB and go. No, you got to make sure you have these things, these dependencies, if you will, running, or it's not going to work. Ask me your questions, friends. You got any questions anymore? Republic Clone says nothing is more frustrating than sim equipment not working and not being able to figure it out. Yeah, and so check out our Discord server. A lot of times I'll go in and answer your questions. I answer a lot of your questions when you post it on the videos, but I do go in there, and then I have others like my moderators, like Bats, Kyle, Captain Howdy, Johnny Mon. Others will come in and help. The other thing is like just all of you help each other, and that's the beauty of this community. As you all know, I mean, it's a community thing. So if you have problems, we do have a Discord server with a support channel in it, and there's always somebody that'll come in and help. No keycaps on the Rowsfire version 3. I guess that's how they fixed it. Oh, okay. Ha! Oh my God, you're kidding me. Oh, that's good to know. Also, fire text on the buttons. Bruh, so I'm just nobody? Oh, Maple, you too. You too. See? Maple gets so sensitive. If I don't say his name, friends, he gets so sensitive. Of course, you as well, Maple. I do appreciate you too. Maple's in there all the time. Maple, actually, are you in the top hours right now, Maple? You got past Bunny, and she hasn't been on hardly anymore. But top hours, here he's going to do it, friends. He's going to see. You know it. No, I appreciate it, Maple. I appreciate your continued support, my friend. You've been there for a long time. Yeah, look at you. Oh, geez, look at you. Both you and... I guess I did know. But wait, when did you pass Bunny, Bats? Oh, you did that a few hours. Maybe I didn't. I do remember that now. You did pass her up a bit ago. Twin Smile Aviation says, no, the VATSIM event, VATSIM, okay, they're doing a tournament for our event, and I'm participating in it. Nice, man. I was wondering if you're going to do it. Doing Vegas to Denver to Orlando to Boston. Nice, man. That's cool. I might have to join that. I've got quite a few that asked me to do... They've been asking me to do VATSIM for a while, and I just haven't. But I appreciate that, Twin. That's cool, man. I really need to do VATSIM at some point. I really do. I know I keep saying that, friends, but I really, really do. 24 hours, man. I love that. You know, the thing with VATSIM, I do like it, but I really want to try Pilot Edge. Because Pilot Edge is more professional in that. Like, sometimes when you get, like, I'm professional, I know. Just head that one right off, Big Al. Speaking of Big Al, Big Al's in the house. What about the sim? Am I nobody? Big Al! Dude, I didn't know you're in here. Of course you're somebody, Big Al. There you are up top there. Big Al, I missed your comments. It sounds like a lot of work. Do you also stand on one leg and turn around 3 times and then clockwise? I love it. Big Al, welcome to the stream, buddy. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Sorry I missed you. Big Al's the next most sensitive next to Maple. No, I'm kidding. Actually, if you're the second most sensitive to Maple, it's like, I don't even, my camera can't even show you the span that is. Good to see you, Big Al. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Republic says, need a beginner VATSIM event. Feel like I'm ready but afraid to. You know what? I mean, that brings up a good point, Republic. It's a great place to start. If you want to start doing phraseology, learn phraseology, it can be intimidating, but not like if you're going to join Pilot Edge. Or get like something like Say Intentions, or just use the built-in ATC, and you can get a knack for how they do. You know, you're with ground, and then you first start with your clearance delivery, then you go to ground, and then you go to tower, and then you go, to departure, and then ATRCC and all that, or ATRCC. But anyway, and then you can like learn every step of the way when they hand you off to the different controllers and that. It's a good way to learn it, and actually you can use the built-in ATC stuff, right? Public says, really like it, but kind of more of the real thing. Yeah, I know. And that's why it's kind of cool what Twin's saying. Twin Smile Aviation, I like that name. But what you're saying is you actually have somebody that's doing the controller stuff, right? Work with you. And I've seen some really good controllers that are on VATSIM, and I've seen some... I mean, it's a great place if you want to be a controller, too. They're on the other end of it. They're learning it as well, right? So it's a good way for everybody to be able to learn stuff. It's cool. I dig it. Really like it, but want kind of more of the real thing. I read that, I guess. Let's see. Kyle Summers says, listen to Opposing Bases podcast. Oh, there you go. 2 ATC guys who are also both pilots. They talk about both sides of the mic. Nice. Twin Smile Aviation, but it also stressful. You need to know what you're doing or they will call supervisor right now. Okay. Wait. Oh, with the 24-hour thing with that sim? Crazy. Interesting. Very interesting. No, but it is. I remember doing it for real life. You want to talk about pressure. Of course, when you're doing it in real life, you're going to be with a flight instructor, a certified flight instructor, right? But you still are nervous as hell. I remember the first time I soloed and I had to land at a traffic-controlled tower airport, and I'm like, okay, got to make sure it's all right. But unfortunately for me, I'd been doing flight simming for years, which actually can help you. I think a lot of us get started that way if we want to take the next step and get our PPL or even more. Like Aviation Spotter, who's one of my moderators, is working on his ATP, and he's doing the flight instructor stuff. Twin Smile says, no, I meant like in general, if there's any, any event, it doesn't matter, the 24-hour event, anything you do wrong, they'll call us. Okay. Republic Clone says, I start my flight training this summer doing ground. Oh, nice. Everybody say congratulations to Republic. That's awesome, man. I'll tell you what, when I got my PPL, when I did my check ride and I passed my check ride, there's no greater feeling in the world other than, of course, having a kid and getting married. I miss a sim fanatic, but no, that is so. The next best thing is when you solo the first time. When your instructor gets out of the aircraft, he's like, they'll never tell you either. They're not going to tell you, just so you know, when you're in ground school and then you start doing your actual flight experience stuff, aeronautical, if you will. They're not going to tell you when you're going to do your first touch and go by yourself, right? And but that's pretty cool. They cut your tails and all that. It's kind of a neat experience, so that's pretty cool too. Man, I feel like I've just been like talking nonstop. Need to get some oxygen. Kyle says, luckily I fly in SoCal. Yeah, speaking of SoCal, where's SoCal Jerry? Very excited for the journey. You'll be amazing. Are you doing part 141 or are you doing part 61? God, it's been so many years ago since I did that. Man alive. Yeah, you're gonna love it. It's absolutely. It's been one of the greatest accomplishments that I have done in life, other than have kids and family. But outside of that, yeah, biggest accomplishment I've ever. It's something you look back at and you're like, I got it done. It's pretty sweet. What do you guys want to know? Oh, you know what? By the way, I forgot to turn off we got to be above 10,000 feet, well above. There are a couple things I need to do. I was getting into all the chat here. So we're going to go up top and take a look at the Rowsfire again. So we're going to turn off our landing lights. So as you can see here, if I zoom in, and I'm going to zoom in for y'all. So we're zooming in, and so we're going to go ahead. I'm kind of in the way, aren't I? Let me move over this way. Okay. So we've got our switches here, and all the switches. Again, the thing I don't like is the little plastic thing. Apparently the V3, they just took them off. That's not a fix. Sorry. Runway turn-off light can come off. Strobe we're going to leave on. Beacon we're going to leave on. Wing light can come off. Nav light's going to stay on. We're going to turn off our takeoff light, and then, of course, we're going to retract our landing lights. And what I like about this is, really, when we come up to landing, that's going to be amazing. And then we're going to go to our WINWING FCU, or EFIS rather, and we're going to go standard pressure, so we can just go ahead and pull. And we got STD. I'm not going to do that skit right now. You all know. Those of you that have been with me for a while, you know what I do. I'm going to keep it clean, family-friendly tonight. How about that, Emmett? Emmett the Nemesis says, in VetSim, if you put in the remarks that you're a new pilot, new to VetSim, they will work with you. Oh, that's good. And they will actually, that's a great point, Emmett. They'll actually do that in real life, too. If you're soloing the first time, you may want to do that. Just say, hey, Republic, I'm a student pilot on my first solo. I would actually recommend that. When you call air traffic control, they'll actually appreciate you saying that. And just say, air traffic control, this is November, Foxtrot 745, 15 miles out for a touch and go, runway 31. I'm student pilot on my first solo. And just say that. And I'll tell you what, that's going to go a long way. And that's a really good tip right there. Twin smile, or who said it? Emmett said it. But even in real life, and you're on your first solo, just tell the controller you're a student pilot. It's going to go a long ways. It's going to go a long ways for you. It'll also take some of the edge off, and they actually might help you a little bit more. They'll maybe give you some pointers and stuff. I remember working with Des Moines controllers. They're the best. Air traffic control, it's a Class C airspace in Des Moines. They are the best controllers ever. Because I remember when I was going on my first cross-country solo, and I had to land there, and the controller was super cool. It was like, hey, well, we got a pretty good crosswind. We give you some practice. We'll land you at 3-1. So I said, okay, runway clear, runway 3-1. And then he's like, you want to do it on the other way? On the other way, we'll land you on 1-3. Like, okay, so then he had me turn and go on a pattern for runway 1-3. And then he tried to get me in before, I think it was a Delta flight, before a Delta, and I got to practice a go-around because I had the thing all the way to the firewall. The throttle was at the firewall, and I couldn't get enough speed. So like, okay, November Foxtrot 47, go around. And so I got to do a go-around. But they were really cool. Really cool controllers. Unlike the Waterloo Class D controllers, but we won't talk about them. They're Class D controller, at least a couple of them I experienced. They're like, they're wannabe Class B. They act like they're super busy. They don't have time for anyone. It's just hysterical. Just don't mention SimFanatic to them. That is exactly right. That's another good piece of advice, Big L. Not sure what that was, by the way, Big Al, but it was something. All right, we're passing flight level. Actually, we're not going to pass it. We're going to climb up. We're almost at top of the climb. Almost at descent. We're almost at top of climb here at 360. And I think it's about time for a little break here. And we got Wingman back there. Wingman 21. We've got Evil back there, Ego Sky. How about that, friends? I see some of Kyle. Big Steve. When did Big Steve sneak in here? Bat's back there, and I can't quite see the other person behind my contrails. Oh, that's Captain Ahoy. See you back there, Captain Ahoy. And in front of us, we got Maple Leaf and TJ Turner. We don't want to forget about our friends over there. And N911RG. Appreciate you guys flying with us tonight. Thank you, guys. I'll tell you what. Let's take about a 10. You all good with the break? Gosh, you can get a break from my voice, huh, Big Al? Frickin' horn. Then we're going to come back in and we're going to do a cabin tour. And we're going to talk a little bit about the Rowsfire. I want to talk about some highlights about the Rowsfire. Again, those of you that just joined us, welcome to the live stream. It's good to have you. I'm SimFanatic with the SimFan family, and we are proud and glad to have you here. Welcome. When I get back, I'm going to talk about some more of the key pieces. I'm going to give you some of my first impressions on the A107. I'm going to talk about some differences. I'm even going to pull the A106 out. We're going to look at some of the differences between them. Again, I'm going to be doing an in-depth video. You know, some of you have asked that question already later on, but I thought live, it gives me an opportunity to test this out like I'm doing tonight. First time I've done it tonight with y'all. So we can check it out together. I like to do that raw, just to kind of like clicking stuff, and you get my first impressions because as I'm going through it, it's like, oh wait, couldn't this be better? But there's some really good things about it I like, and I like about it better than the 106. Some things I think it could be improved. I already talked about a few of those, but I want to talk about an overview, and then I'll come back. I'll have to leave now. Sorry. No worry. It's a Captain Ahoy. Hey, appreciate everybody. Say thank you to Captain Ahoy. Captain Ahoy, appreciate you being here, brother. Drop a like before you leave if you haven't already, but appreciate you being here, man. I am before we start part 141 pilots. What does this say? Pilots. What are you student pilot? Please be nice. There you go. There you go. That's a good tab. You got a quick question? That was a joke, sir. Oh, okay. Sometimes I can't tell with the text, my friend. What's your quick question, Twin Smile Aviation? Before we take our 10-minute break. I got to give you all a break from my voice. I actually had Aviation Spotter say, how do you talk so much? Believe me, everybody, talk to X403 if she drops in here, or Andrew. They know I do it. I do it at work. My wife's the same way. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I don't know. I get uncomfortable when there's dead air. Well, apparently Twin Smile doesn't have a quick question. He's still thinking of his question. So maybe I'll catch you, Twin Smile, on the way back. Again, appreciate you being here. Maple says 10 minutes isn't long enough from that voice. So let's go 15. How about 15 minutes, Maple, huh? I'll call you out on that one, buddy. All right, we'll do a 15-minute break. I'm just kidding. We'll shoot for 10. And friends, thanks so much for being here. We got up to 45 at ISAW simultaneous watching. Appreciate you being here. Those of you that have been here, regulars, thank you so much, my moderators, and then all the newcomers. Got a couple subs already. Appreciate you. Stick around. There's more to come, right? Hey, and we might get a little loopy while we're at it. No, we'll keep it on even keel. Don't worry about that. All right, friends, be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to go to a Vruden outside shot. There we go. Be right back. All right. Sorry, friends. Took a few extra minutes, but just because Maple requested I'd be gone for 15 minutes, so it's all his fault, right? It's all his fault. Friends, thanks for sticking around. Back with you. Let's go ahead and get back in here. Of course, there's the buzz. I'm back, Republic. I am back, my friends. All right. So if we take a look down here, I'll go ahead and turn the music down a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit progress. Again, we are using the WINWING MCDU as well as the A107. So if we go over here, we can see here's our URSA Minor over here, way over here, right there. And then I also have the mount here. And this actually protrudes out quite a ways, but you can see I've got the URSA Minor stack. You can see that we've got the FCU and the EFIS from WINWING. Again, a shout out to WINWING. Also the MCDU from WINWING. Now, we did highlight the Wing Flex. It's $600. I think you can get it on sale for $500. Friends, honestly, I would go with the WINWING. And I do appreciate Wing Flex for sending it our way. And they've got some cool EFIS, FCU as well. We did highlight during live stream, and I'd still got to get a video out on those. But I would go with the WINWING MCDU because this is like $200 or a little bit less. This over here, again, is the ProDesk Sim add-on. It's the A319 through A321. For those of you that have the Honeycomb Bravo Throttle Quadrant like I have here, it's one of my favorites add-ons for the Honeycomb Bravo, along with Flight Sim Mods trim wheel there. I want to do a shout-out to Flight Sim Mods as well. And then below, you can kind of see I've got the rudder pedals. Actually, I can just do this. We got the rudder pedals from WINWING as well. These are the Orions. I have yet to get the rudder pedals that are the Airbus. They have an Airbus version that seems pretty cool. But anyway, if we go ahead and hit the progress, and then if I scroll up here, so you can see in the virtual cockpit, you can see I'm scrolling through here, and then we see this top of descent here. So that's right here. You can see it's at 0250. And if we look up at our clock is over here, 0250. So we got about 21 minutes to our top of descent. And we'll be making our way across Japan right now, friends. And I can see, not sure if Winters Falls with us, but I see N911RG up there, so it's good to see you. And Wingman touching our underbelly. He likes to rub my underbelly. Friend, no, that sounded terrible. Wingman, how you doing, man? With the C750, that's beautiful. The C750 over there. And friends, do appreciate you being here tonight. Republic Clones, again, is this your first stream with us? I think it might be, but I'm not sure. I don't want to say for sure that it is because I'm not sure. I also got the quick cam that we can switch here, and you can see all this stuff together. So, again, the ProDesk, you get the Orion pedals underneath. We got the FCU and the EFIS. And then, of course, we can move this over and get back to our A107 that we are highlighting tonight. And, again, thank you to Rowsfire. I did not purchase this. They sent this to me free of charge, in full disclosure. But I am going to give you my honest opinions. Again, if we go back over here, the switches are nice, but the build quality's average. It's not, like, super great. It's not like the build quality you're going to have with WINWING, even Wing Flex, but it's nice to have all the features. I mean, there's not many options for this, right? Wing Flex does have it. I know some of you have pre-ordered Wing Flex. We're going to wait for the Wing Flex to come here. But it is all metal in terms of the casing. I don't know why they put the USB-C cable right on the side of this. I'd rather see that come out of the top. But it probably has to do with how they have the PCB motherboard and that sort of thing that's inside this. I do like that there's all these switches. They do have the lights inside of them, like for fault, as we saw. With the APU bleed, you can see the blue lights with all that turning on. Do like that? It's a nice feel. Show the feet of the stand. Oh yeah, thanks. So they did send this. Now I gotta check with Rowsfire and see if they. I'm gonna turn the volume down there. I gotta see if they if this comes standard with the A107 or if they just include it with me, because I got the box, but it was actually taped or was like cellophaned on the outside of the box. It wasn't actually in the box's stand. Let me show you that. I can keep from dropping this. So there you can see the stand. Let me switch the, damn it, I hit the wrong button. Let me switch this. And here's the stand. If I can hold this here. But the stand is nice because it's got these rubber pads here so it doesn't slip. And it contracts, and I've only got one hand because I have my left hand holding the A107. It's all metal. This stand's really nice. I like that. It's a similar stand that comes with the Wingflix MCDU that they charge $600 for the MCDU that comes with the stand. But I do love the fact that it just sits right there nicely on it. Back, there's nothing to really see on the backside. It's got 4 holes that you can hook a VESA mount to. Again, the USB-C is on the side here. I'd like to see that move to the top. Just kind of keeps it out of your way. Actually, it works out for where I have it right now because I got my USB powered hub underneath my desk here, so it's kind of nice for that. So I do like the engine lights, and all these light up, and it's nice that it does dim. The one thing I noticed with the dimmer, there's a lot of movement. Like if you watch my hand here, so I'm gonna take my index finger, and you can see how much movement there is before it turns on. So you're gonna see it rotate. And then all of a sudden it comes on. So you dial this thing, it almost rotates about 360 degrees before you actually get lights, and then they're all on. Is that a big deal? No, but like you can dim it a little bit. I mean, you can dim it a lot, but that kind of needs some calibration on that dial because you only have like a rotation of about maybe 20 degrees. But then I can like turn this and turn it, and it's like nothing comes on until you get to the last part. Not a big deal, but again, it just build quality, I would say, on this thing feels about average. I think it's a good choice. Like, who was mentioning that on the V3? Was that, I think that might have been, was it Tombstone guy or whatever? Tombstone? Can't remember your name. But yeah, so the V3, apparently they take these off because I think they're getting a lot of heat. You probably can't see this very well. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit on this. Hold on. Let me go to my Elgato, and let me zoom in on this here. So can I move in a little bit closer? I'm going to go 200. Let me just type it in. 250. Can I do that? Yeah. Okay, so if I go over here, you're going to see the switches here, like up top. You can turn these, and like look at they're inverted. But you can turn to the side, and they're just kind of flimsy. And I think they're just like the regular switch like this is right here. It's the wing on. And it's like they just took these 3D little pieces of plastic. It almost feels like, those of you that put together model cars, you get the little, what's the model company that it starts with an R. It just feels like they're little plastic pieces that you'd cut out of a model and then put it on. I don't like that, honestly. I think that really cheapens it, and that's probably why they changed it. We go back to 125 on that. But anyway, that's something that they could improve on. Revel, that's it. Revel, thank you, Bats. So these 8-ear switches, I like that there's individual 8-ear switches. The engine, by the way, again, thank you to Tombstone or whoever helped me out that because I had the APU switch out. One of the other things is like it's not easy to tell if the buttons are pushed in or out, so they are more of a toggle switch for the buttons than they are on-off, if that makes sense. So it's really hard to know if they're pushed in or not, and so you got to kind of feel for that. Revel is right. Thank you, CP. So that's what these little plastic things feel like. They're from a Revel model kit, right? Probably are. Yeah, no, I mean, they're not, but I do feel like I need some super glue. Like I was putting together a model car and or a model plane, rather, right? And to put them on there. I'm not knocking it, but I am. That could be better, in my opinion. My humble opinion. It cheapens it. But I do like these knobs and switches for the 8-ears, for the wipers. So you have one wiper. Actually, I didn't test that out. We should test that. We go back in. If we turn the wiper switch on, probably works for both. Or doesn't work at all. What? Okay, it just works for the left wiper. But for some reason, that isn't even... That's not because of the Rowsfire. Just my wiper isn't going. Huh, interesting. We found a bug in the Matrix, Big Al. Republic Clone says, oh, never mind. You answer my question. Okay. We already talked about the software, but let me go back up here. Let's talk a little bit about some of the features. Again, this is about just a little over 2 pounds. I think when I put it on the scale, it's 2 pounds, 2 ounces. I believe it's 18 inch. That seems too long. Gosh, I'm trying to remember how long it is. I think it's like, maybe it's 8 by 10. Maybe it's 8 by 10 inches, but it's just over 2 pounds. And it is VESA mountable. Let me get to my feature list here. Backlit overhead panel, yada yada. Designed to consolidate many of the overhead panel switches. So it does. I do like that they consolidated this down. I think when we were doing the A106, one of you was like, it doesn't even have the layout like a real panel does. I think that was TJ Turner that said that. But what I think they did is they memory, TJ. Sometimes I can shock myself. But what you can do is you can they place these and they condense them down because it's not the full panel. Look who's in here. I just was talking about 403 a little bit ago. 403, everybody welcome X403 to the stream. Good to see you, 403. Over 8 blush. Oh my God. 403, good to see you. Sorry, Lord. But hello, 403, Republic says. But anyway, we're checking out the we're checking out the X403, 403. Oh my gosh, we're checking out the A107. The Rowsfire A320. I know you're a big fan, 403, of it. She's big into this one too, friends. Don't let her fool you. She's a nerd. She plays with all these sim hardware things in her. No, she doesn't. She just comes here for the show and does add to the community and did a hell of a job on a lot of the swag from the last 3 years for Flight Sim Expo. She did swag for our channel and love her to pieces. But good to have you, 403. Thank you for being here. Let me go back to my list here. The light designation suggests it covers basic or commonly used overhead items rather than a full ultra densely featured module. Okay. Build hardware and physical features. Panel housing is made of aluminum and acrylic materials. And it is actually metal frame, which is nice. And Republic. Oh, here you go. If somebody wants to do the dimensions, change the dimensions for me, it's 20, or convert the dimensions, convert them. It's 26 by 21 by 3 centimeters. Whatever that converts into inches for us in the U.S. But that's what the dimensions are. On the back, again, it offers a 100 by 100 millimeter VESA mounting hole, so it can be mounted on standard arms and bracket. We already talked about that. It includes adjustable backlight. We talked about that. The switches are tactile travel switches, physical switches, not just soft keys to emulate a more realistic feel. I do like that, but I also, you want to hit them right in the middle because they don't really catch, but it feels like they're going to catch on this metal housing. And so that's not a big thing, but, it's a thing. Let me see. I talked about it. Uses MobiFlight for interface. USB-C, we all talked about that. It is marketed as compatible with several A320 variants and also marked as supports most mainstream models like the A350. So those that have Captain Howdy, how about that? The 350 and A320, including the Fenix like we're flying now, and the fly-by-wire. So it does work with those. It'll work with the 319, the 321 of the Fenix aircraft if you have them, so that will work. Cheers. I need a break. I keep talking and I need to wet my whistle. Sorry. We got to enter our destination data here shortly, but let's finish this up. We're almost done. Just want to get... Well, actually, I went the wrong way. Let's go this way. Okay. Wrap it up here on this. I talked about there's a configuration file, the MobiFlight connector. Again, you can get them from GitHub. There is a link. They give you a QR code. Again, you got like 3 things. You got the FSU IPC you got to have. You got to have MobiFlight. And then you got to have this configuration file. And pay attention to the instructions that comes with it. If you don't, it's not going to work. Okay? Make sure you... And I'm going to do a video on the full setup of this thing. But do pay attention to the video. Space-saving consolidation because it is miniature. It's a light. That's why they call it a light. It's not miniature, but it's 50% of the panel. I don't know what percentage it is. But again, adjustable lighting, mounting versatility. VESA. It doesn't talk about the stand. So I don't know if they heard me complaining about the A106 stand and it didn't come with the stand or lack thereof. Known issues and caveats. Some users report missing VESA holes in the delivered units. This one does have the holes. There are comments about the backlight light synchronization. For instance, the overhead dimmer works internally but may not always sync with the sim lighting in the overhead carpet. I haven't witnessed that yet, but again. The vendor users warn that it is not fully plug and play. We already talked about that. Moby Flight, so that would be my complaint. Or not complaint, but just room for improvement. They now hire a developer crew and have their own bridge software. Relatively new. But again, I do like it. I mean, like when I go to land, it's going to be kick-ass because when I go to land, I'm like, I don't have my first office. I don't have one of you with me to hit all the switches. So what I can do is when I land, which we'll do here in a second, I can go over here and I can just I can do the landing lights off without having to look up while I'm taxiing and they'll go down and find out that I'm half-assed off the taxiway into the grass, right? So I do like that. So that I think I haven't used it a lot. My concern is, I got to be honest. Again, average build quality. What I have a little bit concerned of like how long is it going to hold up for? Will it hold up for like a long time? Because when I compare this with like WinWing or other products, the build quality, even though it's metal, I think maybe the add-on plastic things for the switches maybe cheapens it a bit for me. But these switches that are on here seem like they're, again, kind of cheaper switches. I would like to see Rowsfire upgrade these switches because these feel like a bunch of just standard switches you'd buy for anything you'd want to put together. And they seem like they're probably some, I don't want to say the cheapest switches you could get. They just don't feel solid. Like some of the, like when we look over at the FCU, for example, what I just hit. When we look over at the FCU here by WinWing, like these switches are like rock solid. They're bigger, they're thicker, they have more solid feel to them when you switch them over. But when we go over to these are kind of your standard, like maybe, I don't know, $1, $2 switches that you'd get at, at whatever electronics store. And they're just standard switches you could use for anything, right? They're a little chintzy, I got to be honest. So when you get this, you can disagree with me. I'd like to see Rowsfire upgrade the build quality on the switches. The switches just seem a little cheap to me. And they're all the same switches. They just put these plastic things on top of them, but they're all the same switches. I think there's some room for improvement there. But again, at the price point, somebody asked about the price point. Price point for this, go ahead and click. I think I have a description down below the video. If you follow that, I'll have to follow it myself because I should have had this and I didn't put this in here for whatever reason. I was smoking crack. But let me see here. So if we go Rowsfire A107, right now you can pick it up. I mean, it's a little pricey. It's $380. $380. I gotta say, Rowsfire, I appreciate you sending this our way. But you're gonna have to upgrade these switches. You're gonna have to upgrade these switches to make them a little bit better. But they are just starting out. They gotta, there's research, there's development. They gotta put this stuff together. They're using Moby Flight, but $380. I'm gonna expect. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna give you my honest opinions because you want to be here, and I hope Rowsfire takes this as constructive feedback. I think they need their own bridge software. I think they need to upgrade the switches a bit. I love it that we don't have this. We got to still wait for the wing flex and check out the wing flex. But I do appreciate Rowsfire sending it our way. I didn't pay anything, but I'm not just going to say everything's great about it because it's not. But there are a lot of good things about it. There's no other thing on the market right now but the wing flex, and we'll see what that build quality's like. I did try it out when we were at Flight Sim Expo. But for $380, I think, there's a lot here. There's a lot going on. Let's upgrade these switches, Rowsfire. You got me if you upgrade these switches and then the push buttons here with more of a little bit more of a what am I looking for, practice? A little more of a distance so they stick up so you can actually tell by looking at them they're actually not pushed in. Right now, sometimes you can tell if you look close. Probably not helping that I have sunglasses on at night in the dark in the room. But it's sometimes hard to see. Is that pushed in or pushed out? And you do need to reset this whole thing. That's okay, because in a real aircraft, you'd have to reset them too. That's not Rowsfire's fault. But I think they could have a little more distance on the buttons. But I do like it overall. $380. There's not any other option out there right now other than the WingFlex. And I can't remember, what's the WingFlex price right now? Runway 18 is closed for maintenance. ATC switched me to 36 RNAV. Nicely done, practice. Nicely done. But anyway, friends, they come here because I'm going to give you my honest opinion, regardless if I get the hardware free or not. I'm going to tell you. And I do hope that Rowsfire takes some of my comments back. Speaking of feedback, I talked about WinWing. As much as I love their stuff, their Boeing 3N mag FCU and their EFIS, when you connect the EFIS, it's not like the like here we've got the Airbus, and so there's a center of gravity thing, and so you've got the brackets on the outside here, but they come forward. They're not just on the back. When it's on the back, when the brackets are on the Boeing one, it just falls forward. And they got back to me relatively quick and acknowledged that issue. They said if you put all 8 brackets on the back, it weighs it down, but it's more of a weight thing, so it still can fall forward if you're. So they acknowledged it. I think they're going to take it back. That feedback that I gave them from Hazel. Thank you, Hazel, and see what they can do about it. But it really is meant to be mounted with their panel add-ons. They're called their panel mounts. So we'll see what they come back. But kudos to WinWing, because they acknowledged it. They acknowledged the issue. And they said they would get back to me, and they gave me some workarounds for it. So we got to give them a shout-out for that, because they do listen to the feedback. And I love that on the developer. And so I hope Rowsfire, they're not taking me as it's not slamming the product. I do like the product, but you know, for $380, I think they can improve a few things for us. And those of you that have it and you get it, disagree with me. Go back to this live stream, or I'm going to be doing a full in-depth review. You tell me what you think. But that's my first impressions anyway. But I need more time to work with it. Whoops, 600. Uh-oh. Wait, I better check and see how far we are from... Oh, shit, did I miss my top of descent? Oh, son of a bitch, I think I missed my top of descent. No, we're coming up on it. I've got time. Hold on. Jeez, that was good timing. Look at this. Oh, my God, look at... We're right at it. What's the intercept for our top of descent? I'm just going to put 2,000 for now so we can start our descent. Is it 1,500? We'll go 1,500. So I'm going to switch this to 1,500. Holy crap, I almost missed that. Look at this, friends. I almost missed it. Here's our top of descent. So I'm going to go ahead and push the button in. And we're going to, so it's going to start descending right here. Woo! We almost missed it. We started our descent. Look at our contrails. I get to yapping, and I almost missed it. But this time I didn't. Thank you, Big Al. And now what we're looking at here, friends, is there's our speed tape. We want to be right there where we're at. We're a little bit below, but our green dot, our plane's going to like level out a little bit or let this glide, and then it's going to start descending, and we intercept that vertical descent. So your vertical descent is going to come up here. And we are tracking just fine. Top of descent. Go down to 4 and then to 1,500. Okay, thank you. We got to enter our destination data, so let me do that. So I go down here. I'm going to enter this, so I'm going to hit clear on that. We're going to go to performance. And so you're going to see it switch without me clicking on the on the virtual MCDU, because I can just go in here. So Q&H. So we're going to go over here to Q&H. Going to go over here. Phoenix. My flights. And arrival. And it looks like we are at 1017. So if we go over here, I'm going to type in, and you're going to see it. Just watch right down here. You're going to see it. I'm going to type it in 10017. And then we're going to go up to Q&H LSK1 and plug that in. Temperature, we're going to go over and see our temperature is at 25. Let's go back over here. You're going to see 25 pop up in the scratch pack as I'm typing it. And then last but not least, we're going to go over here. And, of course, if you're by yourself and you're not demoing it for people that are watching, you can just type it right in your MCDU, of course. That's common sense. But our winds are 020 knots. So I'm going to type that in right now as I watch that, /6. Now if I switch over here, you can see in the scratch pad right here, I've already got it typed in, and I'm going to type in, or I'm going to hit the LSK3 button, and you're going to see it pop in there. 0206. Full flaps, we're going to be at 144, so let's keep that in mind. And actually, one of you had actually mentioned this. Go over here and put that performance in here. More drag. Okay, we're going to pull the... More drag. What a drag. We're going to go next flight, and then we'll just leave that up. So then that way we can go over to our left, and I can hit flight plan, and then we can just keep an eye on that. And I can go back here and reference that. Right now, my URSA Minor is shaking because... not because it's scared, but because we have the spoilers in. Now, if I take the spoilers out like I'm going to do right now, those spoilers are going to go down, and I'm going to feel it stop shaking. And it stopped. Unlike the horn. That damn horn. Bane of my existence, CP. Yapping as usual. Exactly, buddy. That's me with my big fat yapper. You know this. Wow, I want to say thank you to everybody. 65 likes. I'm telling you what. Thank you, friends. That is epic. Thank you for the 65 likes. I do really appreciate you doing that. You guys are the bomb. You guys and gals. Thank you. Did you guys notice that I got the Rowsfire? I forgot to get that set up at the beginning of the stream. And so I did that while we were on break. Then Mrs. Symphonetta came home, and I ran upstairs to say hi to her. You got to say hi to the missus, right? You guys know this. Happy wife, happy life, CP. It's Captain Ahoy says, may ATC always give you a number in case you didn't hit the like button. There you go, buddy. There you go. I like it. That's good. All right, let me go through my checklist here. I'm just going to bring that up quick. Yeah, we're doing good on time. We're at 9:57. We got a few behind us. We're going to be doing a landing challenge. Again, the landing challenge, you're going to hit the 1,000 footers, and I'm going to watch you. I don't know, Bats, are you in here? You are in here, but I think you're behind me, so I don't know who's going to grade them. Maybe N911 or Flight Sim Braden. Practice, maybe you can get up there and score people if you would, because Bats is behind us, so he gets to be part of the landing challenge tonight, I guess. But somebody, if you can get there. Now, when I get there, I'll get over to the 1,000 footers with my drone camera, and we'll do a landing challenge here with all of you that are coming in. Because we've got, let's see, we got TJ Turner, Bats, Wingman back there, Captain Ahoy, Kyle, Evo Eagle Sky, anyone else in the back, but I am going to miss you, Conflict Biscuit. Braden, Proctus, and N911 will be there, so they can... What do you guys think about the sharklets? Do you like on the Airbus? For one, I like the fences. I kind of like the fences and the sharklets. But I thought it'd be fun to fly a different livery tonight. We've never flown the Jetstar. Johnny Mon says nice. Hey, Johnny. Johnny, you aren't here tonight. Or, I mean, you're here, but not flying tonight, I meant to say. Appreciate you being here. Are you working? You're always working, man. You're always burning that midnight oil, Johnny. Always burning the midnight oil. Matt Hawkins in the house. Good to see you, Matt. How you doing, my friend? Yes, I like the sharklet livery. Do you, Captain Audi? Yeah. I like the fence. I like the fence liveries better. I'm just used to the Boeing having the sharklets on the wings, where I just say your traditional Airbus having the fences on the edge. But yeah, to each their own. I guess it's a nice change for the Airbus. It's a nice change. The Jetstar. We get a screenshot of that. Okay, I didn't really get a good side screen. All day, every day, low fares. You're flying with Symphonetic, it should be low fare, right? No, I kid. No, I don't. You don't kid. Transition altitude is 14,000 feet. We are passing 18,000 feet. So we climb down. We're going to Soza, or Sazo. Sazo, I'm going to go ahead and flip the, look at this. I can switch that using the FCU, which, again, WinWing is amazing with this stuff. What I like about the Airbus, we don't even have to worry about changing the ILS frequency, right, Kyle? It just magically happens. It's magic. It's magic, CP. CP said we kid because we care. I know it, buddy, and I love you for it. I love you all for it. We have fun here. If we can't have fun here, and we can't laugh at each other, then we're screwed. It's over, you know. We can't. I think the world needs to just learn to love and to laugh at one another. Let's quit taking life so damn seriously. Right? There's something to be said about that, friends, right? All right, passing flight level 160. And, I didn't set this over here. Kyle said set this to 4,000 and then 1,500. Well, Kyle says it. We better do it. Of course, then I'll freaking forget it. Kyle, don't let me forget it. I just set it to 4,000. This is an interesting approach, Kyle. Like, if I look at the chart, it's a little bit unusual. Silver mother killer in the house, friends. Let's give it up to Silver Killer. Silver, look at that. 65 likes, man. 65 likes tonight. We almost got up to 50. I think we hit 49 simultaneous. We're welcoming our friends as we check out. Of course, Silver, did you miss it? We're checking out the A107 Rowsfire. The good, the bad, and the fugly. But overall, I like it. Can I say it's worth $380? You all can decide on that one. I'm not even going to tell you what I think because I don't know yet. I got to have more time with it before I can give it the official SimFanatic full endorsement for $380. I get they did some upgrades like I talked about, like with the switches, maybe have their own bridge software. $380? Yeah, I'd probably say yes. They got to upgrade a few things on it, though, for me to say, yeah, I'd pay $380 for it. They did send it to me for free, so cheers, Rowsfire. Appreciate it. But if money's no object to you, there's not many options. Go for it. Or wait to check out the WingFlex. We'll do a video, because WingFlex is going to send us their overhead panel. They promised us. So I can't wait to do a comparison between the A107 and that. I don't know if that'll be a fair comparison yet, though, because that's full blow, full deal, full panel thing or whatever. Where this is the light version. Let's go ahead and standard pressure. So we're gonna go ahead and push that in. And what did I say it was? Let's go back over here. Refresh that, and we're at 1017 now. So we're just gonna go ahead and click this over 2 spots, and on the first officer 2 spots, 1017. See if I can make this a better landing than last time where I did the go around and we frickin' crashed and burned with the Boeing. That was the iFly Max 8. Because that was one that Captain Howdy recommended. Go figure. Just kidding, Captain Howdy. I absolutely love that plane. I just muffed it up. It's Captain Red Sky says, in my opinion, for $380, might as well go for the WingFlex one, to be honest. I'm guessing that's going to be the case. What is the WingFlex one? I don't even remember how much that one is. Anybody know? Because you can pre-order it now. I'm going to take a look. I mean, I normally don't talk about competing products when I'm highlighting something that's one of the vendors have sent to me. Well, it's $600. So I don't know. I mean, that's another $220. So, I suppose if you have the money, honey, maybe it is. But, that's a lot of money for some of us. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do, on the FCU, I'm going to go ahead and do the, if you see over here, I don't know if you can see that, but if you look over here, yeah, you can see it. Wait, zoom over here. So here's my first officer. So I'm going to go over and do landing system, and we'll just go ahead and do 10. And who just subscribed? We've got Cloud Strider just subscribed. Cloud Strider, thank you for that subscription. Everybody, welcome Cloud Strider to the SimFan family. Cloud Strider, do check out our do an exclamation Discord if you're in chat. Let us know you're here, because sometimes we have that happen when somebody's subscribing. They're subscribing to one of the videos that I have out there. But definitely appreciate you dropping in, and appreciate you being with us tonight as we come in for the landing here. Cloud Strider is here, says I'm here. Welcome, Cloud Strider. Silver Killer's giving you some love. Everybody, let's give some orange whips and some blue skies to our new friend, Cloud Strider. Cloud Strider, good to have you here. Thank you again for that sub. welcome to the Family Man. Appreciate it. Yeah, welcome to the Family Man. Isn't that a show, series, Family Man? Glad to have you here, man. The Silver Killer dropping in some of the bugs. Silver, you're going to head to Colorado now, is that right? You were in Cancun, and now you come back from... let me put the spoilers out here. Oh, thank you. I missed that. Thank you. All right. Well, we're coming in, and thank you. I didn't even see that. Thank you, sir. Good eye there, Silver Killer, as always, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Here, let me give you this, Silver. You all help me. See, I don't have to worry about having an actual first officer here with me because you all are my first officer. You all help me through this stuff. So there's some first officer emojis for you, Silver Killer. Got her on. Thank you, brother. Good catch, man. Good catch. So we're trying to intercept right now the this green dot here. That's our descent profile, and here's our speed. So we're trying to capture that magenta triangle and then the green dot, of course, as we approach our destination here in Japan. CFF dropping in a $5 dono. CFF, thank you, sir. Give him some love, friends. Nice. It's going great. Hey, again, appreciate it, CFF. It's going great, man. We're just checking out the Rowsfire A107 as I had up on the screen here. Let me get back to it now that I got to the wrong page on my stream deck. But yeah, wrong one. We've been checking out the Rowsfire and talking about the good, the bad, and the indifferent. But anyway, appreciate that $5 dono. Everybody give him some love in chat as the Silver Killer's already done. Thank you, CFF. The real CFF. Flying the Moonies today, huh? Well, that's fun. That's awesome, man. Again, appreciate it, brother. Let's go ahead and pull that drag out, the spoilers. I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and turn up the volume and stereo cockpit here. And there we go. We got to go ahead and do the landing lights. And so I'm going to go ahead and get the landing lights, and I'm going to miss some because I got to switch too many things. We're going to go ahead and runway turn-off lights, landing lights can come on, wing light. Actually, runway turn-off lights wouldn't be on yet. We'll get the wing light on, nose light on. And I do like that I can just flip those up and be ready to go. That is awesome. Let's go ahead and get our brakes to medium. I'll just go up here and check and make sure all those are on, and they're on, so we're good to go there as we come in for our landing. 250 on the speed. That's looking good. And then we got to decel pretty quick here. I might even start to slowing down now. There we go. We're starting to slow down. Let's go ahead and slow her down. All right, let's go ahead and do 1500 right now. Just want to get this set up for it. Public Game says, I think the vibration factor in the side stick with the spoilers and gear is very cool. It is. I mean, and I'll tell you what, for the price of this thing, it is... What the hell? Why am I not descending? Oh, we went to 4,000. Damn it. I knew I shouldn't have done that, Kyle. I should have just left it at 1,500. Let's expedite. I just hit the expedite button. We'll come down. I should have just left that at 1,500. I knew I should have left that at 1,500 and not stepped down. I knew I was going to miss that. That's all right. We got the spoilers out. It'll be fine. Landing system, yes, sir. Thank you. LS coming on as we do this. LS on both sides. I am pilot in command. That's correct. Shit, I'm too high. Damn it. I should have just left it at 1,500. That's all right. Shit. All right, that's fine. Well, it's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Let's go ahead and hit localizer and approach. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Ignore it. All right, landing gear down. That'll help with the drag. Damn it, I should have just left it at 1500. I knew I was going to mess that up. Let's go ahead and do manual control. I'm going to side slip it. Not that you would normally side slip a commercial airliner.
1,000.
Damn it. I should have listened to my instincts and just stayed with the 1500. Now I got to force its way. Should probably do a go around. Hey, Brett.
300. 200.
We'll make it work.
Should have left it at 1,500.
Should have.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Pitch. 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 Pitch.
All right, reversers on. I'm sure I'm going to get a 6 out of that one from CP. And make it work. All right, 80 knots. Let's go ahead and reversers off. Hot dog pilot. Oh, I knew I should have left it at 1500. Oh, well. Can I say that one more time? But we made it. We made it. Let's get the nameplates up. There we go. And there's the buffering. Oh, great. Perfect. And I left the camera on while I landed. Oops, sorry. We are home for tonight. Oh, nice, Silver. All right, we're going to pull off here, and we're going to turn off the light. This is what I love. I can go over here, and I can turn off the landing lights now that I'm pulling off. Runway turn-off lights can come on. Landing lights can come off. We can go to taxi. And we can turn our wing light off. I love that. We just hit all those buttons, and we're good to go. Practice is already here. We're going to go ahead and hit the parking brake, and let's see who we can see, friends. Cal, I just want you to know that I know that is on me. I completely blame myself. I should have just set it to 1500. Then I knew I'd be talking and forget to do it. It's all right. It's all right. We got down. I got a 6 out of 7 from CP. No, I got a 7 out of 10 from CP. Okay, I feel better, CP, now. Thank you. Brett Play says, Jetstar would like to trade you to Spirit Airlines. There you go. Oh. Wait, I still have a job with an airline? Well, that's mighty nice of you, Brett. I appreciate that. Oh, shoot. And 911's down. Let's rate these landings as we see. Yeah, thank you, Silver Killer. Friends, do check out Brett Plays. He's one hell of a guy. Brett Plays, I might have missed it. Did you say, and by the way, Brett says, member for 11 months. Brett, thank you so much for that continued support, man. I appreciate the membership and your continued support, my friend. Can't wait for another American Truck Simulator. We were talking about that earlier in the stream. Can't wait for another American Truck Simulator live stream. Friends, if you missed that inaugural live stream, it was will be 2 weeks ago, Friday. Here comes Wingman. Do check it out. I thought about maybe doing a Friday night American Truck Simulator stream, but we'll have to see. Wingman's floating her down a ways. He's getting her. He's bleeding off that airspeed, and there he is. He's down. He's down to Chinatown. All right, we still got TJ Turner. Bats coming in. Evil Eagle Sky coming in, and Captain Ahoy. And who's over there in the background there? Conflict Biscuit. I really want. You know, at some point I'm gonna have to ask you all, like, where did you get your gamer tags? By the way, Brett, that's hilarious that you said should have left it at 1500. Because how many times did I say that? Oh, it's when we kick ourselves, friends. You know, it's like, damn it, I knew better. I should have just left the damn thing alone at 1500. Oh boy. It's Captain Hoy says, I might ask you all help for a new username, to be honest. Hey man, we're here for you, buddy. Drop in Discord. You're in Discord now, right? It's a Captain Ahoy. You're there. Kyle says, these headwinds really got me behind. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Good, Captain Ahoy. CFF, the real CFF. See, now that's the thing I've got now, like, with Johnny Mon, I say, one hell of a guy, because he is. But, like, now with you, CFF, now I always do the real CFF, because your name in YouTube says the real CFF. It's hilarious. And dropping in a $2.40 dono, Mr. Chippa Sneeze. Chippa, thanks so much, brother. He says, nice flight. Wait, let's listen to him. Oh, shit, did I just miss somebody? Who'd I miss? I missed you, TJ. Oh, I'm sorry, TJ. That's all right.
Nice flight smile.
TJ, you look pretty good on that landing, too. Damn, how'd he do? Thank you again, Chipper, for the $2.40 dono. Again, appreciate it. Everybody drop in some love in chat for our good friend Chipper Sneak. Chipper's been here forever. Forever. There's some, you know what? I'm even going to give you a couple STDs there, Chipper, for that one. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for that dono again, everybody. Thank you, Captain Howdy, for dropping in the oranges, and you, Silver Killer, for the highs. TJ has it so far. Yeah, he looked. I mean, I missed it because I had a window open. My OBS was open overlaying it, but I did see it. It did look pretty good. Here comes Bats. Let's see how he does. It's looking pretty good. Not bad, not bad. Not bad, friends. I don't think it's enough to beat TJ Turner, though, is it? Republic Clothes says the dramatic music, too. Yeah, it's about a production, man. I make you all. This is our channel, by the way. I haven't said that yet tonight. This is our channel. That's why I highlight all of you. And you're all part of the show. It's about production for me. I try to make it dramatic, like in the entry, with the trailer and the intro. Oh, shit. Hold on. I just spilled. Somebody watch. Ah! You know, the last place you want to spill is around your computers that have electricity running through them. And fortunately, it was like on my desk and then rolled off, and I learned from a mistake before, and I don't have any of my computers, because they have the radiator right above, and it's got airflow coming out. But fortunately, it didn't get on anything. Oh, I did get, no, hold on. Oops. It even got on the thing when you spill something. It's like it can even get on your, it's got on my USB cable that was there's drops of water that were making their way down the cable towards my actual secondary computer that's powered on. It's I had to check and make sure I got all cleaned up, but I think we're good. If all of a sudden I disappear and you go to buffer, or I go to buffering, you know I didn't get it all. Who did I miss? We've got Evil Ego Sky and Captain Ahoy still coming in. Yeah, Republic, do you have Instagram so I can share with you my sim setup? Yeah, well, put it in Discord. You can throw it in Discord. Kyle's on a long base, still coming in. Okay, I forgot to close my door because I was in a panic trying to get a towel to wipe all this spilled filth muck over. Be right back. Make sure this other camera's still working. Yep. My studio, I've got so much electricity all over. The last place I should be spilling a drink is in here. I haven't actually done that, I don't think ever. Except for one time, I spilled one of those Atkins milkshakes. There was a chocolate shake. It's oh shit. That was all over my brand new K65 keyboard. I was not, no, it wasn't the K65, it was the K70. That freaked me out. I was so oh my god. I have a video on that, by the way. If you want to check it out, you can laugh. It was years ago. It was I got the K70 RGB Corsair keyboard, and I had the thing only for a month, and I have a strict rule, and that's why this probably saved it. I never put a drink anywhere on my desk anymore. I've got cup holders, and they only go in the cup holders. I don't have any electronics underneath them. Although when I spilled this, it was actually, there was water running down the USB-C cable towards one of my active computers. Oh shit. But yeah, hard rule. Nothing on the desk that's drink. Because I spilled a milkshake all over my brand new keyboard, and it was a mess. Your pants disappeared, and the green screen looked like you were floating. Oh, funny. Nice. All right, here comes Captain Ahoy. Good luck. Godspeed, Captain Ahoy. We got you. And yes, join us on the Symphonetic Airlines. We are on the leaderboard in the top 10. far behind Two-Tone Murphy. I don't think we can ever catch up with that guy. But look at that. Wow, Captain Ahoy. Did he just give TJ Turner a run for his money, or would that be a tie, Big Al? Could be worse. Could have spit on your dog, who could have jumped, wreaking everything. Then you would have been in the... Oh, yeah. Yeah, that too. That too, Big Al. That was a nice landing. That was a 10 out of 10, Silver Killer. You know, we got to ask him now. You didn't do auto land, did you, Captain Ahoy? There's no auto land here. No auto land. Here comes Evo. Looks good, Evo. Nicely done, Evo. Everybody give it up to Evo and Captain Ahoy. Nicely done. I love it. Hell no, all skill, aka luck. Nice. Nonetheless, man, that was awesome. Nice landing. Well, it's not over until the fat lady sings. Until Kyle lands. I probably can't even say that anymore, can I? That expression. So I think we've got everybody down right now except for some of Kyle. No, we've got wait a minute. I don't know. Is Conflict Biscuit even with us? CP65 says nope. Well, here comes some of Kyle. We gotta get the theatrics going here, friends. N911's watching, and all eyes are on Kyle. See, he went from 4,000 to 1,500. He didn't forget. Oh, boy. I knew I'd forget that. Just let it go, Symphonic. Just let it go! Already. I know. I have these internal discussions with myself, right? It's the evil symphonetic and the good symphonetic, left and right shoulder thing. Anyway, here comes Kyle. No pressure, Kyle. Right, Silver. Might have that a little loud. Theatrics. I like to get the theatrics, Kyle, on ya. Don't crash, Kyle, Captain Howdy said. It'll be fine. CP's with you, Kyle. Kyle will be just fine. Just fine. Just fine. Don't you worry, son. It'll be all over soon. Oh, check this out. He's got the American Airlines livery going on. Did he land just before? Where did he land there? That looked like a damn nice landing, but did he hit before? Because if he disqualified, I don't know. Anybody? Anyone? Weigh in? Gear is down. I think it was early. All right, let's go ahead and get ourselves situated back up here. Parking brake is off. My hand is sticky. Not because of that, Silver. Now this is bespoke scenery that did come with the, turn that music down a little bit. This did come with the World Update 20, Japan. Do pick this up. You've actually got to go to your marketplace. That horn has been a pain in the ass the whole night. But you can pick this up. Make sure you you just have to get it. You don't have to download, right? Because 2024, for those of you that were asking about 2024 versus 2020, the other nice thing about 2024, it performs better, but you also don't take up as much hard disk space because it streams down to you. So you get it rather than install it or download and install it. So do get that. Let's go ahead and get the APU on. We're going to come back up here, and I don't normally do this, but since you're all here, we're going to go ahead and get the master switch on the APU. You can see the blue light coming on, just like in the sim here. And we wait 3 seconds, and let's go ahead and hit start. We can see it starting. We go ahead and turn off our taxi light. Runway turn-off lights can come off, and strobe lights can come off. So I'll turn those off. We got to leave our beacon on yet. Let's go see our APU coming on here as we see the APU firing up. And here she is. Now, normally you should do this when you're taxiing in. I just forgot to do it. And I love that sound, that horn sound. Call it practice, yes. Or out of practice. Hey, me too. Me too, Kyle. Me too, brother. All right, we're going to get that. There we go. We got the APU going, and I think it's about ready to switch over. APU generator. Captain Ahoy says, I often forget how cool the Fenix is. It is an awesome plane, man. Absolutely. It's a good one. All right, we're at 100, so let's go ahead. We got the that available, so what we can do now is we can go ahead, since it's available, we can go ahead and switch off our engine. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and engine 2 out, and engine 1. You can hear it switch over, and... Oh, I forgot to put my flaps up.
Cabin crew disarm doors.
Oopsie. Okay, as those come up. And I probably have no power, so yep, they're coming up the rest of the way. Okay. And then we can go ahead and get our APU connected. Commence deboarding, deboard. And then let's go ahead and go to ground services. Hey, bada. So wing GPU on. And now you can see we got the available power over here. Oops, you can't see it because I turned it off. So you can see over here we got the available power right here. So we can go over here. So now I got to hit this twice. There we go. External power's on. Now we can go ahead and shut off our APU. Master switch coming off. ADIR's coming off. Battery's coming off. Pump's coming off. Let's go ahead and get our beacon off, and that'll let our ground crew know that they can come and deboard the plane. Handling by Nishier. All right, friends, so that is going to conclude our flight this evening on the live stream. I just want to say thank you all for coming and checking out. I want to say thank you to Rowsfire for sending it our way. A fun product. Obviously, a lot of good things about it and some things that could be improved. But I do think overall, again, for $380, you guys got to give me some more time with it. I can't give it a full... I think if they do some improvements that I talked about, maybe... But I can turn that down a little bit. Pretty loud. But yeah, I mean, I think it's got a lot of potential, and there's not a lot of products out there. You might want to wait for the Wing Flex, see what that has. We should be getting that. I'm going to be doing an in-depth video of this A107, comparing it with the 106 against the 107, and then again when we get the Wing Flex. So do watch for that. But I want to say thank you again to Rowsfire. Thank you to WinWing, our partners. Do want to say thank you to all my moderators that have joined tonight. Silver Killer, Kyle, it's good to see you. Bats, Captain Howdy, Johnny Mon, hell of a guy, by the way. And but my regulars as well, Big Al and everybody. I do the top 10. Let's do the top 10 really quick. Again, the top fans here. At number 1, friends, the real CFF coming in number 1. Bats at number 2. Daniel Stewart, number 3. CP65, number 4. Republic Clones, wow, look at you, number 5. We got Kosos. I didn't even see Kosos here. Who's Kosos? I must have missed you. Might be a different name, but Kosos, thank you so much for being here. And coming in at number 6. And number 7, Captain Howdy, my moderator. In here at number 7. And then at number 8, we got Big Al. Big Al coming in number 8. And Brett Plays, again, exclamation BP in chat, friends. Do check out Brett Plays. And then last but not least, coming in at number 10 is Vruden the Great, friends. Those are the top 10. You get the points for chatting. And speaking of donos, Marion Harris, thank you for that $2.40 tip. And then again, Brett Place, thank you for your continued support of 11 months. And all of you that are, whether you're subscribers, members, or just here to have fun and help the community, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you all. Evo, thank you. He said I almost stalled him landing. Brett, again, thank you. Silver Killer, CP65, and everyone. Kyle, Republic Games, great to see you guys. I'm going to close out the end poll here. And what do we get for likes? 67. We're 3 away from hitting 70. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so if you would. That'll get us to 70. I'll be forever grateful. But friends, thanks so much again for being here. Check us out this Saturday. We're going to be using the Moza force feedback yoke, the AY210. We've used it a couple times. I'll figure out. Put in your suggestions in our Discord channel. We have flight suggestions. I know some of you already did. I got to go review that. But we'll be doing a general aviation flight. And guess what? Who's going to first tell me in chat, what is this Saturday? What's special about this Saturday? What's special about this Saturday? Somebody's going to get it. Who's going to get it first in chat? Hey, bada. So wing, Kennedy. Who's going to get it? What do we do on the first Saturday of the month, friends? It's going to be a GA flight, yeah, sure. But Discord voice, it's going to be a fly-in. I'm going to get a lot of you in Discord voice with a lot of the rest of you, and I'm going to turn it all over to you guys, well, for the most part, and gals, to host the stream with me this coming Saturday. We'll be doing a GA flight. So don't miss out for it because it's our channel, and we're all about all of you being a part of it. And so, friends, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Stay safe. Take care. Until next time, friends. Blue skies, we'll see you soon. Be with you soon. Take care. Have a great rest of your week, friends. Good night.
Feel the ground shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Any time or place, watch 'em run away. Standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt.